Hi muckers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing very well. Okay, we have completed Dramageddon 1 and we've also completed Dramageddon 2. So basically, if you ever need your rundown on your little piece of internet history, you can revisit these. I have all of the individual uploaded videos, but I know that people really enjoy the long form, like them all being put together. We did it for Dramageddon 2. I'm going to do it for this one again. So, may I present to you the chronological order of everything to do with Dramageddon 1. Please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel if you haven't, and let's get on with it. Before we get into this video, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Over 70% of people that watch my videos in the last 2 months are not subscribed. We're getting so close to 420, which I love. Anyway, on with the video. Please consider subscribing. I upload every day, and I know a lot of people that watch aren't subscribed, and I know also a lot of people get unsubscribed. Consider it. Consider it. All right, on with the video. Hi muckers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing very well. Okay, we're going to continue on with the Dramageddon 1 series. But I do want to say something before that. I was hoping to post a video on I'm Alex before this video. However, I'm having a couple issues with YouTube in the video, considering how heavy the topic is. So once that gets, it's sitting on my YouTube channel waiting to get approved to be uploaded. Once that is, that'll be posted. That was my priority. I'm sending all my love, by the way, to everyone involved. And also, I'm Alex can absolutely go himself. But anyways, just know that that is coming and that was a priority for me to cover. And so it'll be hopefully up within the next few hours or tomorrow. Anyways, we are going to continue on with the Dramageddon 1 series. And now, this is where it gets really interesting because this is when Jeffrey did the racism video. You know the racism video where in the thumbnail he's like this? Serving face. You know, anytime Jeffree Star does a video where he gets called out or he does an apology video, he has to do like a thumbnail like damn man, it's not like what the how are you in a video apologizing for being racist and in the thumbnail you're making sure that you've like your good side and you're like it's so weird. Anyways, we are going to get to this video. This video is also very significant because this was when the tide started to turn against the Friends even more, and Jeffrey really did capture the YouTube community with this, and this was a very, for Jeffrey's standards, one of his better received videos. And the reason for that was because this was around the time when he was doing, you know, the first series with Shane. And so he was kind of he was getting this grace in the media because of the Shane Dawson first series on him. And also his friends that had made the video, camera, back here, his friends that had done the post that was, you know, bitch is bitter because without him we're better. At this stage, all of their old problematic content, including a lot of racist stuff on all their behalfs, were coming up. And so Jeffrey addressed his racist content and past online, and he really did it like first out of all of them, which it shouldn't be like this, but in the grand scheme of things to the public made him come out better because he addressed the fact that he was racist first. And, you know, like Gabriel, Manny, Laura, and stuff, specifically Gabriel, was like, imagine being friends with a racist, or imagine standing a racist like I would never. So Jeffrey came out and addressed it, and then all of their stuff came out. So Jeffrey was already like 2 steps ahead of them. And the thing that always bothered me about this was it was like a game. You know what I mean? It was like a game on who could be forgiven for being the most racist. You know what I mean? Like, it's so fucked up. Anyways, we're going to get to this video. I have not watched this in a very long time. And this was really one of the big turning points in Dramageddon 1 where the public started to side with Jeffrey more, which is interesting because the comments are off in this video. All right, let's do it. I also want to remind you of my P.O. box. I'm sending signed art cards to every single person that sends something to the P.O. box. Also, we have our Muckers Finsta, which is a private little account. If you go over, click the link request, I will accept you on. It's really fun. I post over there so much, and you get classics like this. All right, well, I'll talk about it. Anyway, let's get to this racism in all capitals by Jeffree Star, the 20th of June, 2017, 300,000 likes, but the comments are turned off, which is a cop-out. I owe it to all you to be brutally honest about my past, and I'm here today to discuss old videos of me that have been resurfacing. I want to clear the air about drama, rumors, and being accused of being racist. I love and respect all of you for allowing me to be honest and real with you. Well, I don't think we're allowed to be honest and real back with him because the comments are fucking turned off. because I may not always be understood, but you get me. My message has always been about self-expression and loving yourself. I'm learning that, but it's been a long journey. With having such a huge social media platform, I've decided to start being 100% open and talk about serious topics and my mistakes. All right, let's get to it.
What's up, everybody? Today, I wanted to sit here and turn on the camera and talk to you guys about some really serious subjects, some issues that I have been dealing with for a long time, and just have a one-on-one with you guys. This video is something that I feel...
All right, we are 17 seconds in and we have a second camera angle. Was this necessary? Was a full production necessary? Was the thumbnail necessary? Is multiple camera angles like we're in a fucking documentary necessary? There's something about Jeffrey. Again, this, like, I guess there's nothing he can really control, but just the way he speaks, everything sounds so insincere and so, like, PR-ified, which I guess it is.
I feel like I owe to my entire audience. Through the last 10 years, I have lived my life on social media, which is really crazy to think about. It's been a really...
Sorry, the fucking camera angles are so unnecessary. You're having a real conversation one-on-one, so why is there multiple cameramen? I thought it was just me and you.
Journey from...
Not everything needs a production.
On a little website to my career now, and as I sit here, I realize that I have a bigger platform sometimes than I realize myself. And there are millions of people out there that watch me, that know about my life, that follow my story. And I feel like it's time that I get out a little bit more of my story. And this video is mainly about something that is a really fucked up subject that I've had to deal with for a long time. And it concerns old videos that were filmed of me 12 years ago. Now, I want to go on the record and say that I know there's a lot of people out there that love and support me. There are millions of you that watch my videos that...
Why are we starting? Why did he just say from videos of me basically being racist 12 years ago? And then before addressing it even further, he goes in, I know there are so many of you, millions actually, that love and adore me. Like, I assume he's going to be like, but there's people that are disappointed in me. Why do you have to be like, yeah, I have all this racist content? Okay, moving alongside that, just 1 second. I know that there are millions of you that absolutely adore me. It's a really weird start. Like, a really weird start to this video. Also, content creators do this often where they will hone in on how long ago the content is. But I think whenever you built your platform off of that type of content, I think specifying how long ago it was is irrelevant because you have what you have right now because you acted that way. So for Jeffrey, he got his big up on MySpace because he was really problematic, and a lot of that involved racism. And in the day-to-day public sphere, Jeffrey built a reputation off of being racist. And the same with, like, Shane. Like, he built a community off of people that enjoyed watching racist humor. And so, in my opinion, people may disagree with me. I think that's less of like, oh, I tweeted something 12 years ago. It's like you built your brand off of this. So, if anything, it's like, why have you not addressed it in the 12 years? You know what I mean? I think that's actually doesn't help your case.
That are out there and that support me. But there's also other people out there that do not like me. And that's okay. If you do not like what I'm about, if you hate me, if you despise me, if you're not into what I'm about, you do not need to watch this. But I would really appreciate if you could listen to my story and what I have to say with an open mind. And I think from human being to human being, fuck YouTube, fuck all the bullshit, fuck the makeup, everything that we are so consumed with, past all the fun tutorials, past everything. I want to speak to you as a human being that breathes on this earth with you. And
I'm like looking around, I'm like, who are you talking to? Because this is so weird. Like, human being who breathes. I breathe, so we're connected. This is a lot weirder than I remember.
Lately, not lately, for the last few years, as I have joined the YouTube community, I have been definitely subjected to a lot of drama, and I get it. You know, I am a hot topic. I have always been outspoken. I am, someone that looks different, and I realize that with all of that is going to come the negative. Obviously, the positive is so unreal, but the negative can be very, very dark and ugly. And
this video is about you being racist. Why are you, like, victimizing yourself in the first 2 minutes? And reminding us that we also breathe air. In case you didn't know. This is, like, he keeps honing in on, I want to tell you my story. I want to tell you my story. Like, this video is called Racism. So far, all I can tell is that being racist is a part of your journey. Like, you know what I mean?
every time that I get into an online, conflict or confrontation or some crazy feud, whether it's with my ex-best friend or a celebrity or other YouTubers, a lot of stuff from my past constantly gets dragged up. It's been happening for years. In these videos, I say some really disgusting...
So if the content, this is the same with all these content creators, they'd be like, anytime, like every couple years, this content will resurface. So you're acknowledging that you've had countless opportunities to address this. So what was the nail in the coffin now? You know what I mean?
Vile, nasty, and embarrassing things. And you know what's fucked up? The past can never be erased. It is always going to be there. And my past has been recorded, it's been videoed, it has been exploited all over the internet, and I'm sitting here and those videos were 12 years ago, and I look at them and I see them resurface, and it just makes me sick to my stomach because I don't know who that person was. I know who I am today. I know exactly the person I am today, but I do not know who that person was. The person that said those horrible, vile...
The person that built up this entire career that you have right now by doing those things. And I will say this to every single content creator that will use that as an excuse. I don't recognize that person. Who is that? That is not me. That is the person that built you that audience. That is the person that built you that brand. That is the person that, because that's how you were. And what you're sitting filming this video on right now, that channel, you built an audience that enjoyed that type of stuff. So, I don't know who that person is. I don't know, scroll down a couple years on your YouTube channel and you'll be reminded of them. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
Things. That person was depressed. That person was just angry at the world. That person felt like they were...
Not every depressed person is racist, by the way. Not every angry person is racist. So, don't really know what we're getting at here.
Were not accepted. That person was seeking attention. I was someone that loved...
Again, there are a lot of attention seekers in this world. Not all of them are racist.
Seek attention when I was younger. I loved the shock value. I loved fighting anger with anger, and I didn't know any better. And does that make it okay? Absolutely not. I want to look everyone in the eyes and let you know that everything that you have seen is so just wrong. It's upsetting.
I want to look you in the eyes, and he hasn't looked at, not eyes, but the camera once. He goes, I want to look you in the eyes when I say this. Like,
setting, it's nasty. It really makes me sick to my stomach to watch those old videos because what I was saying is not what I represent. I think that racism is a very serious subject, especially...
And I'm so glad that you're acknowledging that 4 minutes into this video called Racism. So far, we've gathered, we breathe air. I actually don't know what else we gathered. Oh, he has millions of people that love him.
Especially in today's world. I'm embarrassed as a person because that is not what I've ever stood for. I am all about self-expression, self-worth, self-love, and I think it's awful that you guys have to see me in that light because I don't ever want that to take away the message that I have always been about. So,
but again, you could argue that the message you've always been about is what was your come up on social media when you gained your following, and when you gained your followers when you were making that kind of stuff. Often.
I want to sit here, and I have talked about this before on MySpace back in the day. I have addressed this on Snapchat. I have talked about this on Twitter in the past, but that is not good enough. Because for everyone out there that supports me, that believes in me, I owe you the truth, and I owe you an apology. I am so sorry for my words. I am so sorry for everything that I've said in my past. I can never turn back time and take those moments away. They happened, I have owned up with them, and I have lived with it for a long time. And every time that they get re-dragged up, it just makes me just sad because I don't know who that person was.
It's really interesting. First of all, the apology comes 5 minutes into the video. And number two, I don't know if anyone caught that. By the way, people will always be like, oh, nothing's ever good enough for you people, about commentary and drama channels, right? Which I completely also can see that point of view. But the thing is, I would love to sit here and watch this video and be like, wow, I actually think like he's being really sincere. This is not an apology for me to accept. So I hope the people that this is dedicated to accept it. However, I'm sitting here and he's basically saying like, I'm so sorry to those that are offended. And I'm also really sad for myself because you may have to hear me say this, but every few years I have to rewatch myself do this. And I don't know who that person, like, you're not the victim in this. You know what I mean? You can say you were sad, you were angry, you're depressed, blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, you can't say an apology that wasn't actually that great because it was very, very, very broad. And then the next sentence is basically, well, how do you think I feel? Okay.
I think it's really important to share that growing up, I've always been a guy in makeup. I started wearing makeup in 10th grade, and the world was not how it is today. 10 years ago, there were no guys in makeup on YouTube. There was no men in makeup parading the streets. There was no people like me, and I was very alone, and I was also fearless. I did not care that the world was not accepting me. I knew that I loved makeup. I know why I was attracted to makeup. I come from a family of chaos, alcoholism, and abuse. And when I discovered makeup, that was my happy place. I got to go play in makeup for hours and escape the horrible reality that was my life and my shitty fucking parents and my crazy upbringing. And
oh my God. You do understand what I'm saying, right? Like it's quite crazy to, like, this is your chance to apologize for the endless, racist things that you should be apologizing for and addressing. And it's crazy that, like, we're just in for, like, an Audible reading on your autobiography. You can apologize sincerely for doing something without making excuses or having to dilute the message by talking about your upbringing. Yeah, you were a boy in makeup, and yeah, you got bullied. There's a lot of other people in makeup that were boys back then, and because they got bullied doesn't mean they turned to racism. There's a lot of people that are bullied today. They don't turn to racism. Like, this is irrelevant. Like, yeah, it's your channel. Yeah, tell your story. Yeah, whatever. But I just think, like, I'm actually just surprised that this video was so well received. I think maybe just because he was one of the first to, like, acknowledge it. But it is crazy how, like, this entire video is just... Okay, here's why I was racist. We don't want to know that. Like, we don't want the reason you were racist. We just want to hear the acknowledgement and apology. And 15 minutes of whatever this is, we haven't even gotten a good apology yet.
And
sure, it gets better.
10 years ago, when I left the house, I wish it was like today. I think that people don't realize how it really was.
Like, why is this a story about, like, why he's been done so wrong?
And I would leave the house and people would spit on me. They would scream faggot at me. They would scream freak. And they would degrade me every single day. And what did I do? I fought back with rage. And looking back,
Rage, racism. This is just justifying racism. You retaliating from people harassing you. There's a lot of things you can say to people, or there's a lot of things you can do that doesn't immediately go to racism. Saying racial slurs, just being racist. Like, I'm intrigued that this was received so well. Well, I mean, the comments are off, so we don't know.
I'm 31 years old now, and looking back at that person who had just graduated high school, who had turned 18, turned 19, and then was just out into the world, I was emotionally abused every time that I left the house. People did not accept me. I would be walking down the street and people would scream.
So basically, I think he's making the argument now that he was very marginalized, which is a crazy thing to do in a video, which is called racism. You as a white privileged man being like, I couldn't even leave the house. I couldn't even leave the house. Well, here's the thing, Jeffrey. You chose to put the makeup on, right? And you got bullied because of that? You got harassed because of that? I'm not blaming you here, but let me make a point. When you would be racist, that's just a black person, a person of color existing. But somehow you're the one that's more marginalized? You're making the point, he's making the point here that when he would leave the house and wear makeup, he would get made fun of because of it, because people weren't ready for it. So are you making the point that you were such a small minority or such a, a marginalized group? Whereas this video is called racism, and creators like him that have been racist in the past are using words that are actually put against people. And it's like, it just really fucking bothers me so much. Like, this, like, woe me, like, oh, camera. This, like, woe me, like, I need to be the one that was done worse. Fuck off. Fuck off. Like, it's so... It just really, it really does bother me. It, like, really, really, really does bother me.
Shit out their car every single day. I felt like a piece of shit. So what did I do? I fought back with anger. I fought back with rage. And it's wrong. I want to set an example for the youth and the future in front of me. And I want to go on record and let you know that that is not okay. Just because someone insults you, it is not okay to fight back. But sometimes that's how we handle things. We're human beings. And I think that at the end of the day, people forget, past the money, the cars, the...
Isn't it crazy how little he's actually addressing racism here? He goes, sometimes we fight back with rage. Sometimes me and you who breathe the same air, like, it's just beyond vague.
I am just one tiny little person on this earth trying to make a better life for me and my family, and I am nowhere near perfect. I am literally the furthest thing from perfect. I make mistakes every day, but I've learned from them. And the intent behind my words back then, it was not about race. Racism does not live inside of me. I don't even know what the fuck, like, I don't know how that exists into people. I said really horrible, vicious things back to people to hurt them, to harm them, to shock them, and to let them know that you're gonna call me something, I'm gonna cut you back so hard and make you feel like a piece of shit because you made me feel low. And that is not okay. It is not okay to fight words with words like that. And I have been subject to a lot of stuff recently. The last 2 years has been so difficult.
Oh my God, now we're going... So he was on a good track, finally starting to talk about racism 8 minutes into this 15-minute long video, and has now brought it back to how he's had a hard 2 years.
Also been such a blessing. I've never had this much success in my career, and all of you out there that have supported me, like, I will never be able to thank you enough.
Oh my God, now he's back to talking about how successful he is.
For the gift you have given me, but I also think that it's really important to share things and let you know that I'm not perfect. I'm wrong all the time. And even recently when people were saying some fucked up shit to me or trying to, get a reaction, I do give in. I am weak. I'm selfish. I have anger problems sometimes. I lash out when people lash out at me. Still to this day, when someone wants to try me or start something.
So you're saying basically that nothing has changed. You just said that you would use these racial, slurs as a retaliation when people would lash out at you and you would lash out back at them, right? And then you've just said, well, I still lash out at people to this day if they lash out at me. Your vagueness has just implied that you still do the same thing.
I'm the first one that's like, what, bitch? You want to try me? Let's go. I've called people stupid. I've called people rats. I've called people annoying. I've called people every name in the book when they attack.
This is a really weird, he's just kind of confirmed that he still does the same thing.
Me back because it's hard not to react sometimes. And I think that people forget, maybe once in a while the average person will hear an insult, but when you are online, the bullying and the extreme hate that can come your way.
How is this video titled racism? It's literally just a woe me video about him. The privileged white man.
It's really hard to deal with. It is hard to log on and every day there are people saying you're great, and then there's people telling you you're an AIDS-infested faggot and you look like a fucking horse and you should kill yourself. Those are things that I have to read every day and mentally process them as, okay, this is how someone feels about me.
How is this video titled racism?
Lose sleep every night worrying about it? No, I can't, but I need to learn to just process it and get out my anger some other way and not even respond to people. And let's go back to 12 years ago. Because so many people have heard rumors or they've seen a clip and they don't see the full spectrum. And I am so sorry that any of you ever had to see me like that. It makes me want to just, I don't know, it makes me want to erase myself sometimes. I look at that and I'm just like, I can't believe I used to be that miserable and that unhappy. So I want to let you guys know that I am so sorry for ever saying those things. That does not represent anything how I feel. That is not who I am. And I apologize deep down to the core of my fucking being. And that person does not exist anymore. I'm all about trying to bring awareness to self-expression and love, and I want all of you guys to learn from my mistakes. If you take one thing away from this video, please do not make the same mistakes that I did. And I also want to say that I know that there are millions of people out there. There are people watching this right now that are judged by what they believe in, by who they are, by how they look, by the color of their skin.
Yeah, by you.
I am just one in a million that has to deal with these type of prejudices every single day. So I don't want you to see an old video of me and be like, wow, Jeffrey says this, but he's really about this. And
he just said, because I'm one of those people that people say things and have prejudice about.
It's embarrassing because I don't want it to tarnish what I stand for right now. And we have come a long way with human rights. We have. I mean, in the last 10 years, you guys, it is crazy how life used to be and how it is now. But there are still there's just so much growth to happen. This world is still so dark and miserable. And there are so many crazy things happening that I don't know if everyone fully realizes what it is to be different. Life is too short, you guys. I cannot spend every day thinking about my past. I have moved forward. I know what I stand for now, and I want to be a better person. I want to be a better person from the person I was last week. I want to learn and grow, and I think that
it's crazy how vague this is. Just how vague it is. I guess when the amount of stuff that Jeffree Star has done is on the internet, you might have to be vague. But
is what's most important for all of us. I don't want to deal with anger and rage and drama anymore. I just feel like it's just so unhealthy and it eats away at you.
Edit,
And
he
whether it's
would
a little
do it
online
again.
feud with a makeup brand, or it's with an ex-friend, or it's with this, I'm just tired of feeding into it, and I am a victim of that, you guys.
How many times has Jeffrey made a video, never doing this again, racism, doing what's right, where he's like, I'm done, never involved in it again, never involved in it again. And we're like, all right, we'll see you again in a couple weeks.
I know I have perpetuated stuff, I have fueled fires, and it's just wrong. And I don't want to continue that behavior. I should be setting an example, and I have been completely doing the opposite over the last few years, and all of this is just, I think it's come to a point where this video is necessary, not just about me, but I want everyone to learn from me and my wrongs. When you're being attacked or someone is bullying you or hurting you, it's okay to defend yourself. It's okay to respond, but be careful of how you respond. Because
Yeah, Jeffrey, when we're being bullied, the day-to-day person, our minds don't immediately go to racial slurs. Just being honest with you, babe.
how I handled things was not okay, and you never know how it is going to affect another person. And I know so many of you deal with this shit on the daily basis, but remember, what you say to the next stranger could affect them in ways that you do not know. You just gotta stay strong and realize that hurting someone else back is never gonna satisfy you. I had an empty void all through my early 20s. I didn't know who I was always angry. I never, I never felt really accepted, and I was always alone. And if you have those feelings, that's okay. You will overcome them, but it's going to take time, and it's going to take a lot of self-analyzation, and you have to want to change, and you have to want to grow. I know what I need to work on, and fighting with people online and all this bullshit is so unhealthy, and it's something.
So is this video about your ex-friends, or is it about the racism? What is it? Because this video reads as, you don't want to be involved in drama, rather than, let's address the racism. Even though the title of it is racism in all capitals, and a full stop.
Something that I'm going to completely stop. I get people that try to get a reaction from me all the time, whether they make a video about me, whether they talk about my relationship, whether they degrade how I look. It's hard to process sometimes and deal with, and I'm not going to feed into it anymore. I am not going to feed the fire of hate with hate. I just think it has to stop. I don't know what it is. Over the last 3 years, I just feel like I'm on a whole nother level of real happiness. I never let myself experience happiness in my early 20s. Happiness was something that was foreign to me. And I don't know whether it's from being in love or being in a relationship or actually achieving all my goals that I ever wanted when I was little, but I have never been this happy, and I don't want other people and outsiders to affect my happiness.
Okay, I guess this video is just about Manny, Laura, and Gabriel then. I guess this really wasn't about racism, because he's now just making indirect comments about old friends.
Stop letting them. So this is my story. This is what I've been wanting to say to you guys for a long time.
Why was this video titled racism? Genuine question. Why was it titled racism? It should just title it My Fucking Life Story or something like that.
If you are still listening, thank you for listening. It means something to me that I don't know how to explain. I don't want to sit here and try to, oh, thank you guys so much. No, but thank you just for listening and hearing me out, because you don't have to. You can judge me and say, fuck him forever, and that's okay. You're allowed to have whatever thoughts you want. But if you are listening to this, thank you.
I don't have many after this video. I'm going to be honest, Jeffrey. You really didn't give us much. Okay, wow. Well, clearly I know now why the comments are turned off. Is there any way for me to see how many dislikes this video has? YouTube dislike extension. Oh, I can download that. Hold on. Give me a moment. Add to Chrome. Add extension. Okay, it's now been added. Okay, this should work. How many dislikes does it have? 45,000 dislikes is a really, really, really... And keep in mind, dislikes were on this time. This video was very, very well received. Huh. Interesting. I mean, it's a good life story video, but racism addressing... I don't know. Don't think so. Huh. It just seemed more of wanting to jump ahead of Manny, Laura, and Gabriel and get a video out first. And I guess titling it racism was enough. Don't know. All right. I will talk to you in my next one. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Goodbye. Hi, muckers. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing very, very, very well. Okay, so we are currently deep diving Dramageddon 1, and we're having so much fun doing it. Well, I don't mean to speak for you, but I know a lot of people are really enjoying this, and I'm really enjoying this because, again, I was a part of the internet during Dramageddon 2, like I was aware of that, but Dramageddon 1, not so much. And again, there were so many people involved rather than Dramageddon 2. Today, we're going to be doing Laura Lee's infamous apology video. Now, you probably, if you haven't seen it, you've probably heard of it. And if you haven't heard of it or seen it, you're in for a treat. And if you have seen it, you're in for a treat because it is, I was going to say the worst YouTuber apology, but someone came along this time last year and brought out a little ukulele and really took the top spot. But it's definitely one of the worst YouTuber apologies, and it was so clowned on. I have not seen it since it came out. It was so bad that Laura Lee ended up making an apology video for the apology video, which is always a great start, Now, I have already made a video on the Jeffree Star apology that he did. I'm having trouble uploading it to YouTube, I'm going to be honest, just because the title of his video is literally called them. So, like, YouTube are not allowing me to, like, upload my reaction to it, even though Jeffree uploaded a video literally titled that. They're not letting me do it. Anyways, that is coming. I'm hoping there's no problems with this one. But anyways, we're going to dive into it. I also want to remind you all that I have my Muckers Finsta right here. It'll be pinned down below. Go request to follow. And we also have our P.O. Box sending signed art cards to every single person that sends anything to the P.O. Box. All right, let's get to this video. Now, the context of this video, and it's also been deleted, which is a great, great, great start. The context of this was when Laura, Gabriel, and Manny did the tweet, you know, that one where she's bitter because I'm so scared to swear now on YouTube. Oh my God, they're demonetizing everything these days. Where, like, she's bitter because without him we're doing better. Right after that was when Gabriel tweeted, you know, imagine standing a racist I could never, or something like that, or imagine being friends with, or something, right? And then Jeffree did the apology, which I've already reacted to, but I still need to upload it. And then after that, I mean, Gabriel, Manny, and Laura were really deep dived on the internet. People really looked into their past and found that actually the little goody two shoeses that were calling out everyone else had their own skeletons in the closet, and their Twitters were, you know, filled with problematic tweets as well, which is then what stemmed this Laura Lee apology video. All right, without further ado, let's do it. Oh, also, if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. I'd really, really, really appreciate it. We're getting so close to 420. Love it. I'm hoping that happens when I'm in New York so I can do a 420 special. I would love to do that.
Guys, in this video, it's been so hard.
I forgot that. Oh, this person turning on the captions. God bless you. God bless you, Melissa. Now, everything about this was terrible. Automatically starting your apology video, you normally get one of two things. People will take like a heavy breath, like, or they'll do turning on the camera, or you will get Laura Lee starting it with blah, 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 blah. Like, what the fuck was that?
So much possible. So hard. It's probably the hardest things I've ever done.
I feel like the only people, I may as well bring my fucking dogs in. The only people I think could understand how she's talking right now are dogs. If you are making an apology video and you cry in it, already I'm side-eyeing you a little bit, but if you start the video, and by the way, crying is very generous to say here because we're just getting a lot of this is what happens when these beauty gurus who are filled with Botox, no shade, have to show emotion. They struggle with it. Does anyone watch Vanderpump Rules? She kind of looks like Sheena here. Anyone know Sheena from... Hold on. Let me pull this up really quick. If you don't watch, she really reminds me of Sheena Shea. This is Sheena Shea. Doesn't she look like her? Right? Kinda? A little bit? Right? I think so. Shout out to all my Vanderpump Rules people. I'm on season 5 right now.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to you guys.
Captions are crazy.
It hurts me so bad to disappoint you all who have supported me for.
Oh, I understand. Laura Lee made an apology video with captions that got hacked. Okay, so basically these captions they were like hacked. So if you turn the captions on in the original video, that's what it said.
So many years. I know that I'm better than that person. 6 years ago, decided to retweet.
Okay, so the captions are basically saying, so that's interesting that she is deflecting the racist tweets as I retweeted something. Just as it says there, no babe, you tweeted them, not retweeted.
6 years ago.
It's also really crazy to like, we have a minute of crying already and you're finally addressing your problematic tweets and you're already passing the blame off that I only retweeted, I didn't tweet. Even if you retweeted it would be bad, but you tweeted it.
Decided to retweet things that were so vile and hurtful.
Just no tears.
I was so stupid and ignorant. And I have no excuses here today. I'm not here to give you an excuse.
There's something so crazy about the fact there's no tears. No tears. And then she like look at herself in the viewfinder. It's crazy. Also, I know everyone finds this really funny and people loved laughing at it. But while I find it funny, I just think it's embarrassing. Like, how are you going to make a video, which is actually probably going to be one of the most important ones of your career, and you take it this unseriously? Like, yeah, it's funny that she looks ridiculous, but at the end of the day, I'm like, it's crazy that like people can do this. This is their response, and they still have a career. Like, we're in the trenches. Like, there is no accountability or no like. The fact she got away with this, and maybe she got away with it because it was so outlandishly bad. You know what I mean? But there's something to be said about that someone can be problematic online, be racist online, and they can make such a piss apology video, and then they get forgiven, I guess, or people move on because the apology video was so bad. You know what I mean? Surely it should be the other way about it. It's ridiculous.
I have no excuses. I'm only here to say that I'm so sorry.
There are no tears in her eyes.
I hope one day that you guys can save me for the woman that I am. That you.
Do you think after this video she just went, oh, thank God that's done? She really couldn't have even pushed out a few tears. I know she gave herself a headache in filming this video.
I can prove to you guys that I'm not that girl. I love you guys so much. And whenever I see I disappointed you, it just...
Like, there's not even a glistening? There's not even a glistening to her eyes. You know, and you're like about to cry. We're just getting the reflection of the ring light. So like, how are you doing the face as if you're crying? And there's not even a little glistening. It's crazy.
Break my heart into a million pieces. I'm so sorry for anyone that's been hurt through this. Anyone.
Like, what is she there? You know what I mean? What are you sniffing up?
I feel so just disappointed that I don't even like to look at myself because like I can't even believe that I would retweet.
It really is crazy she keeps saying retweet instead of tweet. I don't think we've ever had a YouTuber pass off the blame of them tweeting something problematic as, I retweeted something.
Ugly things and be, things that would hurt people. Like, I can't
This video is such a hard one on our ears, isn't it?
believe I didn't see the pain behind that kind of tweet and that kind of behavior.
God, there is just no tears once. I think that's why she keeps going like this and going like this, though. So she's like distracting and moving and keeps fucking putting her hair in her. Like, it's so crazy that, like, while Jeffrey's video, once I finally get my video out on it, I've already recorded it, once it finally is able to post, you'll see that Jeffrey's video is terrible, but it's terrible in a completely different way that this one's terrible. Like, this one is just, like, the worst. Like, it is the worst. And also, it really bothers me. I know it's all fun and games. I know it's all, ha hee hee. She made such a piss poor video. But it really fucking bothers me that someone can be racist online, be problematic online, be horrible online, and this is how they respond to it. And then, because it's so distracting from the topic at hand, all's just forgiven and moved on. And obviously, this video really gave Jeffrey the one-up to have public favor. You know what I mean? Like, Laura Lee's reputation will always still be tarnished by this. And I can't wait to watch her apology for this apology, because I feel like that's what I want to listen to instead of this bullshit. But, like, it's just crazy to me, like, how little accountability and responsibility exists on the internet. Like, this video is terrible.
I did. And I'm so sorry. There's no excuse. There's nothing I can say that's an excuse.
Not one tear.
6 years ago.
What are you wiping?
It was a better 6 years ago, but I can't pray for the past. I can only pray for the future. I also want to say in this video that please just, if you hate me, please just hate me. People have called my mother and threatened to kill her. They've gotten her phone number. They attacked a child. My 14-year-old niece attacked her.
Okay, if that's true, you can't even show real emotion for that. Not even one tear for the niece. Not even one tear for the mama. Are you just emotionless? Sorry, I know you can with your face, but like...
And I asked you, please just let this be me. Let this be about me. It's not about my family.
Still not one tear.
It's not about anyone else.
It's the shriekiest video ever. So shrieky. We're up here right now. We need to be down here. No, we need to be down here. No.
My sorry. There's another part of this story that, like, I don't know if you all know, but me and Gabriel and Nikita and Manny took a picture with our middle fingers up, and we were trying to mimic Kylie Jenner's birthday picture, and the picture was taken out of context.
Which is so funny because Gabriel Zamora literally said that they meant for the tweet to be about Jeffrey. So I love that not only has she made the worst apology in the entire world, not only is it barely 5 minutes long, not a tear, not an emotion, is the entire video, but she's now lying and saying the tweet, bitch is better because without him we're better, isn't even about Jeffrey. Okay.
And it ended up causing pain, for other people. And I just want to say I'm sorry to Jeffrey for...
Like, her eyes dry. Her face not puffy, not red. She couldn't have squeezed out one tear. We know how fake these people are. Not one tear. And the reason I'm shocked is because you're acting like you're already crying.
The pain we may have caused you in this. I didn't know that picture was going to be taken out of context and that anything was going to be said to you. But at the end of the day, it was done.
At the end of the day, you thought that people were going to trash on Jeffrey from the tweet, but in reality, surprisingly, you, Manny, and Gabriel are somehow more unlikable than Jeffree Star, which is bravo, crazy, by the way, and this video really didn't help, that people sided with Jeffrey. If people had dogged on Jeffrey, that tweet would still be up, and y'all would have loved it. What are the comments on this? Sorry, we have like 1 minute left, but I feel so uncomfortable. She should have rehearsed it a couple more times. Damn, after 4 long years, her apology is still no... Oh, wait. Damn, after 4 long years, her apology is no longer the worst apology video on YouTube. Oh, they're talking about... Okay. She said, I ain't got no tears left to cry. Is this an audition? Wiping non-existent tears. Someone said I'm crying more than her, but it's because I'm laughing.
So I need to owe you an apology for this. And I know we're not friends anymore, but I want to apologize to you.
Oh. Okay, we just got a jump cut, and there's now a piece of water on her face. However, it's not coming necessarily from her eyes.
To you.
See the tear? She has literally just put water on her eyes and jump cutted it. Oh, and she made a little... Did you hear that?
Apologize to you. Thank you guys for giving me some time. And I hope you guys understand that I just need some time now. I love you guys so much. And I'm sorry.
That's worse than I remember. That is worse than I remember. That is genuinely terrible. It's actually shocking. Like, it's actually shocking. Jeffrey must have been so happy when that was posted. What was she thinking? What was she thinking? Zeros across the board for this video. Mockers, I'm gonna love and leave you. I'm actually just speechless. And not in a good way. Not in a good way. I will see you in my next one. Goodbye. Hi muckers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing very, very, very well. I'm very excited to film videos today. Just having this pink mic in my hand makes me feel so powerful, but so powerless. I don't know the way to describe it. It's like, just when I hold this microphone, I feel like I can say so much, but then when I hold this microphone, I'm like, I feel like I could sit down here for 3 hours, so I have to limit myself on how much I talk. But I don't know what it is. Before we get into this video, I do just want to say that I've kind of had like this revival of, if I'm being completely honest, where I'm like really enjoying making content right now. I think maybe it's reflecting on like how much I'm uploading. I don't know, like I've uploaded so much this month, and it's just been really fun to dive into things, connect, upload as much as I have, read the comments. So thank you so much to everyone who's been enjoying these deep dive videos, because they've been very fun to make and kind of look back on everything. And if you are enjoying them, please consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. Today we're going to get to Laura Lee's apology for her apology. Because that's normal. That's normal to apologize for your apology video. So when we reacted to the apology video, I think 2 days ago or yesterday or something like that, I said that I was almost more excited to watch the apology for the apology because I've never seen the apology for the apology, if you're following. So let's get into it, all right? Okay, so first of all, we have my P.O. box, which is linked down below as well, and I'm sending signed art cards to every single person who is writing to the P.O. box. I also have my second channel, which is up and running again. I mean, it's always been there. I've uploaded literally hundreds of videos over there, and I'm starting vlogging again over there, so if you're interested in that, it'll be pinned down below as well. So we have this video called Let's Chat 9/25/18, and then we have the original apology video. So what we're going to do is we're going to let the apology video play. We're going to give commentary, but I'm not going to stop the video. So we're going to just play it, and I'll take it away and just do little jabs here and there, and then we're going to get to this one, just so we're refreshed on what she is apologizing for, okay? Okay, all right, let's get into it.
I want to talk to you guys in this video. It's been so hard. So much possible.
I feel like I could harmonize with her.
Sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry for disappointing you. It hurts me so bad to disappoint you all who have supported me for so many years.
I love how much she's able to flick her ponytail in this video, by the way.
And that person. I, 6 years ago, decided to retweet
Camera! She decided to tweet, not retweet.
things that were so vile and hurtful.
Racist tweet. Not retweet. Tweet. She makes 2 noises in this video. And
I have no excuses here today. I'm not here to give you an excuse. I have no excuses.
this is really pulling at my heartstrings. This is so emotional.
And I hope one day that you guys can save me for the woman that I am. And that I can prove to you guys that
She did a little ponytail flick.
I'm not that girl. I love you guys so much.
We love you more!
Whenever I see I disappointed you, it just breaks my heart into a million pieces. I'm so sorry for anyone that's been hurt in this. Anyone. I feel so just disappointed that I don't even like to look at myself because like I can't even believe that I would retweet ugly
Tweet.
things and be, things that would hurt people.
She goes, I can't even look at myself, but she's been staring at herself in the viewfinder the entire video.
The pain behind that kind of tweet and that kind of behavior. I did. And I'm so sorry. There's no excuse. There's nothing I can say that's an excuse. I'm just sorry. I did that 6 years ago. I wish it was better 6 years ago, but I can't pray for the past. I can only pray for the future. I can only pray for the past. Please just, if you hate me,
Hate
please
me.
hate me.
Hate me.
People have called my mother and threatened to kill her. They've gotten her phone number. They attacked a child. My 14-year-old niece attacked her. And I asked you guys, please just let this be me. Let this be about me. It's not about my family. It's about me. It's not about anyone else.
Sorry.
This is
It's not about my family. It's about me. It's about me.
my sorry. There's another part of this story that, I don't know if you all know, but me and Gabriel and Nikita and Manny.
Sorry, it's funny she says, if you know. If you don't know. Oh, we know, honey.
We were trying to mimic Kylie Jenner's birthday picture, and the picture was taken out of context, and it ended up.
It's funny how she can do her deeper voice and then go into
And I just wanna say
when she needs
sorry
to.
Jeffrey, for the pain we may have caused you in this.
What about the pain we have from watching this?
That picture was going to be taken out of context, and that anything was going to be said to you. But at the end of the day, it was done. So I need to owe you an apology for this. And I know we're not friends anymore, but I want to apologize to you. Thank you guys for giving me some time. And I hope you guys understand.
Sorry, another jump scare on this. Woo. All right. Let's get to her apology for the apology. Likes and dislikes have been disabled, of course. Comments have been turned off. Off to a great start. We're off to a great start. I love her hoop earrings here. If I'm going to say that Tati looked good as fuck in that video, I'm going to say that she pulled herself together in this video. I love the earrings. You know I love a hoop. I have bigger hoops, but my mom makes fun of me when I wear them. I would love to wear hoops like that. Maybe I will.
Guys,
I have never seen this video before.
Hey guys,
Hey. Wow, what a... Hey, guys. She's pissed at us.
Hey guys.
Hey.
I know I haven't been on YouTube or any social media a little over a month now. I wanted to come back to YouTube with this video to talk to you guys about a couple of things. First off, I want to say I've missed you guys so
We've missed you
so much. Second of all, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about my apology video, which was the last video that I had posted on my channel, and I owe you guys a sincere apology. In that video, I come off more as a...
She is shouting in this video. I need to turn this video down.
...victim. I am not a victim in any way, form, or fashion in this situation. I'm taking the video down because it doesn't represent me well. I am not taking the video down to try to hide it from you guys or pretend like it didn't happen. I know the video is literally all over the internet, so if you guys wanted to see it, you totally could. I'm taking it off my channel because it does not represent the human being that I am today. And in the video, you guys are seeing...
She goes, that video does not represent me, and it represents the amount of brand deals I have lost, so it's going down. I love knowing that this video took a month to make, so I'm expecting perfection. I'm expecting perfection.
More of a reaction on the situation than you did even a response. And I hope that makes sense to you guys, and that is my reasoning for taking it down. Next, I want to talk to you guys about my past and my past tweets and retweets that I have posted. First off, I take full responsibility for the things that I retweeted and the things that I tweeted 6.5 years ago.
Oh, wow. She put them on the screen.
There were a couple of tweets that came out that weren't real. I will put the ones that are real on the screen, and I am truly sorry. I have changed so much as a human being in the past 6.5 years. I have grown so much and have gained so much knowledge and respect. I know that prejudice and stereotypes are not funny ever in any way, fashion, or form. I know that is nothing to joke about, and I understand that. Through the situation, I have grown and I have learned so much, and I'm going to continue to learn and grow. And with taking time off, I took the time and thought about my positioning, who I am, why I started this journey. And I came to realize I literally have millions of people watching me. I am a role model. And
does she still have millions of people watching her? This is no shade. I'm like not even saying this in a shady way.
I have to stand for more, and I have to do a better job, and I'm going to do that. I want to help this whole community that right now is not in a good place to turn it around and put it in a beautiful place where it's a positive place where we come to beauty to grow together and to feel good again.
Very optimistic. This video is very optimistic.
I want to take some responsibility for that, and I want to help turn this whole community around, and I know that we can do it together. And I know that because whenever I was gone, the amount of love I received, the amount of DMs, emails, tweets, just everything flooding in with just pure love and kindness coming from people in the beauty community, influencers, and you guys yourself was just crazy. And it showed me how much humanity and positivity is truly deep down in this community. And I, being gone, did some pretty cool things to work with different people that had nothing to really do with makeup and beauty, but it just had.
She went on my break. I went to Disneyland, and it was fun as fun. I'm kidding. That's not what I assume she's saying.
Had to do with growing as a human and being a good person. And I want to post that on my channel. I hope you guys want to see that.
I want to see that. I'm gonna find it.
I ordered this box.
When was this? 2018. Okay. I have time. All right. 2018, no problem. I can go back to that. 4 years ago. 5 years ago. When was 2018? How long ago was that? I think I've Oh, she used to get good views, so I assume we're getting warmer. We're getting warmer. Fake lashes, do or don't. Oh, this thumbnail's hideous. I'm not gonna say what it looks like. YouTubers go trick-or-treating. Manny MUA went as James Charles. I feel like I've seen this video. Nikita Dragon. Wait, is this the entire video? Oh, okay, interesting. Y'all were watching anything on YouTube back in the day. Are we back in 2018 yet?
Hey guys.
Oh, we're in 2017. Hey, wow, that background is crazy. All right, so we've passed it. Where are ye? Where are ye? We're looking for you. She kind of looks like Graveyard Girl in this video. Right? Where are ye? 2018 July. Okay, a little bit past this. Okay, here we go. Laura. Oh, is this what she's talking about? Because she said, I did some really cool things when I was gone, and I can't wait to show you them. But then she uploaded the Ultimate Drugstore Starter Kit, makeup for beginners, and then uploaded new viral overhyped makeup, hits and misses, and then posted a video, The Hard Reality of Living on Skid Row, which I assume is the one she's talking about. Likes and dislikes have been disabled. I hope you use the money you make off this video as a donation. If she actually did this out of the goodness of her heart and not to gain subscribers, she wouldn't have monetized this video.
Than just a food thing. They don't just give out free food. They actually give out bus passes. They help people get jobs. They help.
Interesting. I kind of want to watch that. But I've got to get back to the apology. Okay, so what she's referencing there is this video, I would assume she's not talking about hit and miss viral makeup trends.
Makeup and beauty, but it just had to do with growing as a human and being a good person. And I want to post that on my channel.
That's what I'm saying. Did she ever do something like that again? The reality of homelessness. Makeup Five Below, full face of TJ Maxx, eBay haul, biggest PR haul, trying worst rated makeup, full face of Maybelline. Okay, so don't think she ever did it again. My pamper routine, I cut off all my hair. Getting rid of my huge makeup haul. All right, so I guess she never did it again. Guess she never did anything good again. Okay, Laura.
I hope you guys want to see that. I would love to share that with you guys. And throughout my channel now, I would love to show more of that with you guys and help.
So you're telling me she rocked up to Skid Row with a fucking DSLR camera, recorded a video, posted on her channel, and said, I'm changed and never touch on that again? Girl.
To grow this community as a whole. I love you guys so much. I've missed you so much, and I promise I'm going to get back to makeup. I'm going to get back to my passion and what I love so much about YouTube and you guys. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch this video, and I hope to see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.
Okay, well, the next video was not her doing something good, but all right. Okay, well, now I'm fascinated by this video where this was clearly her trying to rebrand as like doing something good, where she talks about homelessness. However, by the looks of it, she touched on it the week after she came back from her biggest cancellation and then never did something like that again. That's what bothers me about the internet at this time. These creators were able to do something like that to get out of a scandal, and it worked. You people ate it up. What the fuck? Now I kind of want to watch that video. Okay, well, her apology for her apology, considering it took a month to make, it being 3 minutes and 43 seconds, it's kind of piss poor like the first one, in a different way. God, she's a lost cause, isn't she? Fuck me. She made it too easy for Jeffrey to be more liked than her. Whew, sheesh. All right. See you in my next one. Goodbye. Hi, muckers. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing very, very, very well. Okay, we are continuing on with our Dramageddon 1 deep dive. And today we have My Reality Check by Manny MUA, the one and only. And this video came after Manny, Laura, and Gabriel had done the post about Jeffrey. And then all of their problematic stuff started being resurfaced. So then all of them had to do their own, retrospect videos. Laura Lee did one of the worst apology videos we've ever seen in my entire life, and then she apologized for that video, and that one was also quite bad. But Manny MUA posted this video, which is the My Reality Check, and I have never seen this video in my entire life. Manny MUA was not really someone who was on my radar back when Dramageddon was happening, so this is going to be my first time, and I know for a lot of you it's going to be your first time as well, because people were commenting saying they've never known the existence of this video, which is crazy because it has 3 million views. He says, "Hey guys, I'll be taking a break after I publish this video to really reflect on the things I've said. Thank you so much for watching. I love you. Love, Manny. Likes and dislikes are disabled. Great start. Comments are disabled. Even better. Even better. Comments are turned off. Let's get to it. I've never seen this one before. Very excited.
Hey guys.
Love the gray hoodie. We're off to a great start.
Welcome back to my channel. My name is Manny MUA for those of you who might not know who I am. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. So today's video is a video I should have made a lot earlier, and I should have addressed things a lot sooner. So last night, Gabriel Zamora uploaded a video titled
Which we're also going to watch eventually.
And it was a video about the situation that happened last week about a photo that me, Nikita, Laura, and Gabby were in, flipping off the camera, being like this, with the intention that photo was intended to recreate Kylie's 21st birthday photo.
Oh my god, I can't believe him and Laura are saying that they didn't mean for that photo to be about Jeffrey. It was so obvious. Like, at a certain stage, just double down on it. Like,
a bunch of them.
But it was because Jeffrey was loved at this time.
Because we're all friends, and that's what we were just doing. We're just like, And he spoke about him writing this narrative that we had no idea that this photo was going to be posted, and it was going to be used in the context that it did.
The context in which all you live in what came before you, because what? You just fell out of a coconut tree.
It's very true. We didn't. I watched Gabby's video. And first and foremost, before I even get into the video, I want to
We're off to a great start. Gray hoodie and heavy breathing.
apologize to Gabby. Because watching
Hannah?
the video, I can see the hurt in his eyes. And I understand where he's coming from.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so Manny is throwing Gabriel Zamora, if that is Gabby, and they're not talking about Gabrielle Hannah. Oh my god, he's throwing Gabriel, why is it Gabriel? Gabriel under the bus. He's saying that he can see the hurt in his eyes. Ooh, so I guess Gabriel's video is going to be crazy then.
100%. And looking back, I would change things if I could.
I'm sure you were losing subscribers and brand deals.
Gabby said, Manny showed up at my house wanting to talk. It's true. I did. I texted Gabby asking how he was. Once I realized what I had done as a person, as a friend to him, I texted him right away. I called him. I voice memoed him. I drove to his house. I tried my best to rectify a situation that I fucked up in. And I know that.
This is so emotional. I'm close to tears.
I was still so hurt and so upset and so mad. So mad at the fact that this photo even went up in the first place. In my mind, I thought, how could a friend do this to us? How could a friend do this to me? How can he put up a photo like this with all of us writing his own narrative?
This is really interesting that him and Laura are choosing to throw Gabriel under the bus and say that they didn't know what the tweet was going to be titled. In my opinion, you can argue that they did or they didn't know, but they all hated Jeffrey. So, I mean, even if they knew the narrative or whatever, they probably all agreed with it, and they just didn't think it was going to go mega viral and that Jeffrey was going to have the one-up and the public were going to choose Jeffrey's side. If the public didn't choose Jeffrey's side, like I said, these videos would have never been made. We wouldn't have got the Laura Lee crying video, we wouldn't have gotten this. It literally was just the public's reaction to it they lost control of.
It was selfish. In my head, I was thinking, it's selfish. There's no way he would do this. Like, this is not something he ever would do. And I was in denial. And the reason I haven't talked about this photo or apologized for this photo was because I was being prideful. And that's just the fucking fact of the matter. I was being prideful, and I thought to myself, I didn't do anything wrong. It was a miscommunication. It was a misunderstanding. Why would I apologize for a miscommunication that I had no part of and I didn't know what was going up? But looking back at the situation, I did have a part of it. I was involved in it. I was in the photo. I liked the photo. And the fact that
That's also really crazy that they're throwing Gabriel under the bus for captioning it, "Bitch is bitter because without him we're better." Because him and Laura were like liking and retweeting the fucking photo. So they did agree with it even after it was posted. These people are so fake.
was part of it in any way, shape, or form is what I needed to own up to. I wasn't allowing myself to own up to it because I was being so fucking prideful. And I was like, no, I didn't post this. I didn't know it was being posted. That's not fair. Why should I apologize? You know, I didn't do anything wrong. I have no qualms with Jeffrey. I
haven't heard qualms in a while.
live his life and live it happily. If I would have known that photo was going to be used for what it was used for, I would have never done it. I would have never posed for that photo because I don't want to come across negative and do these things.
God, this video is such bullshit. Boo! He's just lying here. I would so love for like a 5-minute video of, yeah, we did that. Didn't go down well, so sorry about that. Rather than like this like bullshit, like we didn't know the narrative of the photo, even though after the photo went up with the caption we liked and, you know, were retweeting and engaging with it, we still didn't know. Like, it... I think this is why the comments are off, because it's annoying as a viewer knowing you're being like lied to.
That's not what I wanted. I didn't want Jeffrey to get hurt. I didn't want him to feel bullied in any way, shape, or form. That's not what I wanted. Gabby also talked about in his video about a pattern that I have. And that really hit hard. That really fucking hit hard to me because...
Sign into your EA account. Leave me alone.
Him talking about my track record, you know, talking about the other relationships in my life, you know, talking about, look at the things Manny's done, look at his track record, look who he is as a person.
Oh my god, he is livid in this video. Holy fuck.
You know, it fucking hurts. But seeing that, it's the truth. It hurts, but it's the fucking truth. Sorry, I'm getting a little intense.
Oh, this is just ticks all the boxes, doesn't it? Sorry, I'm getting really intense. It's almost like these YouTubers think that if they breathe heavily, like, we'll be on their side more. Like, oh my god, this is so intense. They're like... okay.
Gabby was talking about a pattern that I have with my friendships, you know, and he's talking about 2 friendships specifically, and he's talking about Patrick Starr, and he's talking about Jeffree Star, and he's talking about himself, of course, as well. And
Patrick Star and Jeffree Star, there's too many stars.
I have,
and yet neither of those babies are stars.
Friends of mine, in private, yes, but they were still bad track records in itself.
Should I rebrand to Adam Star?
Talking about Patrick, for example, Patrick introduced me to the beauty world. He was the one that really got me into it. He's the one that inspired me. I have looks on my Instagram still to this day that were inspired by Patrick. You know, Patrick is someone who I was so inspired by, and we became friends, and we grew together, and we learned from one another, and we were so close. We were so close. But just like friendships.
Did he do a bump or a line before this video? Why is he fucking like... Manny before filming.
That happened.
Leave the nose alone, babe.
Every day of our lives, we had miscommunications. We had missteps. I hurt him. At the end of the day, friendship is a two-way street. I was internally hurting as well. You know, and due to the fact that I am a terrible communicator, and the fact that I am so bad at conveying my emotion to my friends in real life, because I want them to be happy. I want them to like me. You know, I want them to see the best version of me possible. I don't want to ever talk to them in a negative way. I never want to
I don't believe this.
have them see me in a bad.
I don't believe this. He's currently talking, basically, if you drill it back, he's basically saying that he is a good person and he has good morals, and like he just wants his friends to see him in this most amazing light. It's kind of like branding yourself as this like angel, which no one is.
Light. And so I would rather push them away than me have a confrontation with them. I am not good with confrontation in the slightest. I'm actually fucking terrible at it. And this situation that's happened has really brought
Leave that nose alone.
that is what I've done. Patrick was hurt by something I did, you know, by our friendship and what happened between us. And for that, I am sorry. I'm sorry to Patrick. You know, me and
There's something about YouTubers apologizing that even if I do believe them, I feel like they're being fake, and then I realize it's the vocal fry, which I do think I have a little bit of as well, so I'm very embarrassed saying that. But that was the years of vaping did that to me. But there's something about like, I'm just so sorry. You know, like, I'm so sorry. Like, they could be being honest, but the vocal fry really just does it for me.
Patrick, I hold no ill will to Patrick whatsoever. I've made videos on his collaborations. I've talked about his collaborations. Whenever I see him, I hug him. I say hello. You know,
He's such a little angel.
even though we aren't close like we once were, I still wish him the best. I truly, truly do. And if I could go back in time and help mend my relationship with Patrick, you know, have us go through our dark times, I would do everything differently. I would be a better communicator. I would tell
Yeah, because then you wouldn't be losing subscribers. Like,
are affecting me and were hurting me, and I would open up and not just internalize them and have a fucking meltdown in my mind. I would talk about things and talk about my emotions and my feelings, because in turn, me thinking that walking away would save the friendship in turn destroyed it and destroyed all my relationships in that way. You know, not owning up to my bullshit, that hurts people. So now regarding Jeffrey, this is a big topic. This is something that people have been asking me and asking me and asking.
and because we watched the video where Manny was like copying everything Jeffrey did and stuff, people were like, oh, Manny, you know, is a big lover / friend / everything of Jeffrey, you know, like really envious kind of, because Manny had all this Manny MUA copying Jeffree Star for 10 minutes, all these videos. When Manny then turned against Jeffrey, it was kind of begging the question, is Manny jealous of Jeffrey? And then people sided with Jeffrey more because they were like, oh, well, Manny's just jealous of him, which is something that people always say when someone exposes them. Oh, you're just jealous of them. But with Manny, they were like, oh, maybe actually are.
Asking him for so long to talk about as to why we are no longer friends, why we are no longer close, what's going on between us, what's the tea, what's going on. There were things mutually done to one another that hurt the other, you know, and the fact that we didn't communicate that to each other better is truly where I feel like our downfall was our lack of communication. And the fact that we were not able to communicate to each other how we were truly feeling.
I also read online that people didn't like this video because when he's talking about Jeffrey, he says like, we are all this. And people were like, you need to focus on yourself and apologize for your own things rather than being like, me and Jeffrey together, you know, fuck this up. Or me and Jeffrey together. Everyone was like, Jeffrey is fine. Like, you need to be the one addressing this. So people had a problem with that. I read that on Reddit.
You know, Jeffrey has done, oh my goodness, I can't even explain. Jeffrey has done so much for me in my life. You know, I would not be where I am today without Jeffrey. Jeffrey has helped me in insurmountable ways.
What a big word that was.
And just like Patrick, if I can go back and fix things with Jeffrey, I would.
Because you would be gaining subscribers again, but
because how he felt, how he feels.
and the brand deals you lost.
It's not right. It's like we never had closure. You know, last year, me and Jeffrey had a heart-to-heart around November. And I went over to his place and we wanted to talk about certain things. You know, we wanted to talk about things of why we were in this weird funk. But I wasn't able to open up like I wanted to. And I wasn't able to accept the things that he was telling me. I wasn't able to accept it, you know? And
What was he telling you? We want to know. Don't have to tell this story.
responsibility, you know, for that. And for me not being a better communicator. And for me not believing in him.
The jump cut there was crazy, by the way.
That were going down. You know, at the end of the day, too, the things that have happened between us all, those are things that have happened between us. You know, I never wanted...
God, it is so crazy to me that, like, Gabriel made a 48-minute long video, Manny made a 25-minute long video over the fact that they did a tweet saying bitch is bitter because without him we're better. Oh my God, we were in the trenches online. Oh my goodness. I know the way they had to make these videos was because of their problematic past as well, but that came up because of the bitch is bitter. Y'all had no problem with that until the bitch is bitter tweet.
Take this to social media. I never wanted to talk about this, you know? These relationships that I've had with these people that were in my life and I loved so much. These were private things. These were things I never wanted to talk about. These were never the things I wanted to speak about because that was a relationship between me and Jeffrey, not Manny MUA and Jeffree Star. It was between me and Jeffrey. It was between me and Patrick. It was between me and Gabby. Those were things that I wanted to keep private and hidden. You know, and yes, even though we had our differences and we had our miscommunications and we had our missteps and we are no longer close like we once were, there was a mutual understanding that I didn't want to go out and publicly bash anyone and talk negatively about anything. Have I been shady along the way and like with tweets and likes and things like that? Absolutely. Everyone has. All of us.
Hey, focus on yourself. Focus on yourself. This is like when people get canceled and they're like, but no one's perfect. Like me and you aren't perfect. Hey, babe, we're not the one doing an apology video. Focus on yourself. Focus on yourself. Focus on yourself.
You know, and that's just human nature to be petty and being a fucking bitch, honestly. Being a fucking bitch, and that's what I was. I was being a fucking bitch. You know, you guys, I have not reached out to Jeffrey about this situation. I have not reached out to Patrick about this. I have reached out to Gabriel, and he's shut me out, and that's okay, because he's hurt by something that I've done.
It's actually really crazy for him to admit in this video, like when he's so apologetic, that he hasn't even reached out to the people he's talking to, because normally that's one of the first things you say in this video where you're like, I wanted to handle this privately, and I did, but I didn't get a response. To, in this video, say, have I reached out to either of them? No. So then the video is performative. Like, you know what I mean?
And I understand that, and I take full fucking responsibility for what I did to him and hurting him by liking tweets, by responding to things. You know, that... I can't even explain how mad at myself I am about this.
So reach out to them, like...
That's the last thing I want. I don't want to lose a fucking friend. I don't want to lose another friend.
Why didn't you reach out to them? God, he really can't even push out a couple tears for this video.
Fix things. But I understand. I understand if Gabby does not want to fix things. I understand that is him. That is his truth. And if he's happier without me in his life, then so be it. And so be it. But I have not reached out to Patrick and I have not reached out to Jeffrey yet. I didn't want it to seem like it was disingenuous, like I was only reaching out because of all this shit coming up now.
I would argue that it feels even more disgenuine making a video about them and being like, but I haven't reached out to them privately. So what's the resolution then? The resolution is for your audience, not for them. So you actually aren't being sincere.
You know, maybe in the future we can talk. With Patrick, for example, I just saw him at VidCon recently and it was a great experience. We took photos together and it was great.
I'm so happy for you, babe.
Chilled. You know? And that's what I want. You know, we might not be best friends, we might not be close anymore, but the fact that we actually have a working relationship now and we're able to see each other and be genuinely...
A working relationship. Y'all bitches put on makeup.
And that's what we have. And with Jeffrey, the reason I didn't apologize or talk about it sooner was because I really, in my bones, felt I had did nothing wrong. I did not post this photo. I did not know this photo was being posted. You know,
Okay, but that's not why you're making this video. You know what I mean? Like, you're saying I didn't reach out to Jeffrey because I didn't think I had done anything wrong, but you've just said, no, you haven't reached out to them because you didn't want it to be, like, disingenuous. So then why are you making this video? Because by your words, we could then say that this video is disingenuous.
I liked it, unliked it, and my pride got in the way. And
He unliked it once he got backlash. Also, I just want to make it very clear, I don't care about the bitch is bitter because without him we're bet whatever the fuck it was. I think it's funny. I think it's funny, and it's crazy that, like, it was funny to them too. So for them to sit down and be like, I'm just so shocked by the fact I would like a tweet that harsh. Y'all thought it was funny. Your problematic past came up, and that is why you're making this video. Not because you're so shocked that you would like a tweet like that. That's not what this is about.
That's what happened. You know, we might not be as close as we once were, but he is living his life happily.
There is so much filler in this video. Keep it moving.
Recently, Alicia Marie posted a video.
Not Alicia Marie.
It was about, like, the dark side about YouTube and just kind of talking about with other influencers, you know.
Not the dark side of YouTube. Okay, Shane Dawson.
The other end of YouTube with other influencers. And in that video, I literally say how grateful I am to Jeffrey for introducing me to a lab that I use. I do not wish any ill will on Jeffrey or Patrick or Gabriel. I don't. I want them to be happy. I want them to be happy. You know, even though I was a shitty fucking friend to them.
He goes, I want them to be happy, and I want my sponsorships to come back. And I want those people to resubscribe.
Why I want them to be so happy is because I was
at your peak with them being your friend.
Because of my own shortcomings as a person and as a human being to them. Because I wasn't there for them. And I was a shitty friend. You know, looking back at everything, communication is everything, you guys. It is everything. When I tell you
everything
is the most important thing, it truly is.
Communication is everything, he says, minutes after saying, have I reached out to them privately? Nah.
You need to be able to communicate and evoke your emotion.
You need to be able to communicate, he says. Did you?
Relationships. And I really feel like that was a big downfall in all three of my friendships with Gabby, Jeffrey, and Patrick. I wasn't able to convey how I felt.
Who's afraid of little old me? You should be. So Jeffrey.
Why I took a step back from the situation. I was like, no, I would rather, you know, step away than confront.
Leave. Get out right now. It's the end of you and me.
You know, you guys, confrontation really brings out a bad side of me. And by that, I mean my anxiety and my depression. And confrontation really brings my anxiety to a whole new level. And I think to myself, if I'm not confronting this person that's hurt me, it's fine because I'm not going to be feeling anxious. And I can just kind of back away and I can try to mend the friendship from afar. But it never gets mended because I swept it under the rug. I swept it under the rug. And
what did he do? He swept it under the...
I swept all my friendships under the rug because I wasn't able to talk about them. Even making this video right now, I'm shaking. It's so hard for me.
No, you're not.
It's hard to talk about.
The most calm and collected person is like, I'm shaking making this video. Are you? Do you realize this isn't an audiobook? We can see you. Really? You're that distraught right now? We can see you.
About you failing as a friend. It's hard to talk about you failing as a human. And it's hard to talk about you failing to your audience. And that's what I feel like. I feel like I've failed you.
God, this is so dramatic. Oh, he just said, I feel like I've failed you to the audience. See, this is what it boils down to. He's like, please like me again. God, it's just so crazy. This is about the bitch is bitter tweet. And all his old problematic content. But that wouldn't have came up if the bitch is bitter tweet didn't happen.
Failed you guys so much. And that's the last thing I want, is to fail you guys. You know, you guys, this has been...
I didn't like his delivery of that line.
One of the most
I would never want to forget.
life-changing things that's ever happened to me in my entire life is this situation that's happened to me. You know, it's made me reevaluate who I am as a person, who I am as a friend, who I am as a sibling, who I am as
a mucker.
you know. And I've talked to my parents about this. You know, I'm at my parents' house right now. Actually, this is why the setup looks a little weird, because I've been here for the past 2 days just reflecting and talking to them. You know, my parents even told me it was tough love. Oh, tough love is very real.
Even my parents said to me, they said, tough love, tough love, tough love. I wonder if we're going to get a James Charles, Mom, you were the best mother ever, in his video. Are we going to get one of those moments again? Maybe. Fingers crossed.
What they thought of me and what they think about the situation and what they think in general. And they say that I've changed. My own parents told me that I've changed. And hearing that was so heartbreaking. You know, them telling me that I've got swept up in LA. You know, swept up in the numbers and the views and the subs. You know, and I feel it.
The numbers that are going down.
You know, and that's why it hit me so hard, is because I know it's the truth. I started social media when I was 21. And I wanted to do it because I was a little scared gay boy who was just coming out of the closet, not knowing what to do.
My goodness.
That's why I started social media in the first place. Now that I'm 27, it's gone to such a different level.
Is he in his 30s now?
You know,
Wow.
Like I've been losing myself in this. I've lost who I was when I was 21. And I've lost, and I know I've grown and I've bettered myself along the way. But some of the changes I've made have not been for the better. You know, and that means me changing. For my parents to tell me that I've changed, and they worry for me every day, and they pray that I don't get swept up in LA, and that was...
What was it?
A wake-up call, to say the least. Because your parents are never going to sugarcoat anything for you. They're going to let you know what the fuck is up.
Please watch the language.
And I was not ready for it. I was not ready to hear it.
Are you ready for it?
I needed to hear it. You know, I needed to hear it. I need for people in my life to keep me accountable. You know, and even though I was hurt by Gabby's video, I needed to watch it. I needed to see how he was feeling, because I didn't know. I didn't know how I was coming across to him. You know, I didn't know that he felt that way about me. And I didn't know he felt hurt. And now watching that video, I know that he felt hurt and he was upset and he was devastated by what I did to him. And he felt alone.
How long is this damn video? I feel like I'm in fucking purgatory. Okay, only a few minutes left. Oh my goodness gracious me, I feel like I'm being held hostage.
That, I completely agree. Seeing it from his view and his lens, that is 100% true. I would have thought my friends abandoned me as well. That wasn't my intention, but that's what happened. Just like the situations with Jeffrey and with Patrick. I never meant to hurt them. I just didn't know how to communicate with them that I was hurting as well. And this has been a huge life lesson to me. You guys, at the end of the day, I need to take responsibility for my actions and the things that I do, and for the human that I am and who I'm becoming. That's why I'm making this video. I need to take responsibility for myself. And as someone who's in the public eye, I should know better. I should be better than what I am right now.
God, Jeffrey did have all these bitches by the balls. By the balls. Again, I just can't believe how many of these apology videos were made because people were so, like, pissed off that these people would dare question their friendship with Jeffrey. Like, Manny, Laura, Gabriel really got fucked here, didn't they? Fuck me. Ooh, the public were not on your side, honey.
I should be so much better for you guys.
Imagine your parents being like, you've changed because you're no longer friends with Jeffree Star.
Friends. And that's the reason I'm making this video, is because I want to own up to my shortcomings as a friend and as a human and as a person. You know, and you know, thinking about it, I'm disappointed in myself.
Oh my god, when will this fucking video end?
Disappointed with myself in this situation, and I understand that you guys are disappointed in me, and I get it, because
Wrap it up.
and I'm disappointed how I've treated my friends,
God, wrap it up.
because they didn't deserve that, and that's not what a real friend does. They're by your side 100%, and I'm still by Gabriel's side.
Sorry, I need to speed this up. We have 4 minutes left, but it is going to feel like 40 minutes left if I don't fucking speed this up. Spit it out. Condense this video. Prep in fucking advance.
I'm still by Laura's side, and I love them, and I wish I could take it all back, but I can't, and I need to own up to what the fuck I've done and my responsibility. So you guys, I'm gonna be taking a little break and just really reflecting on myself and seeing who the fuck I've become. You know, why have my priorities changed? Why am I in social media now? Who do I want to be? What do I want to do with my life? Those are the questions I need to ask, and I need to be answered for myself as a human and as a person. I need to know those things, and I don't know those things right now. You know, like I said, I felt like I was getting lost in the views and the subs and the clout, and I was like, oh, it doesn't matter, I can do something later because I just need to film this video real quick first. You know, and that's a big struggle of mine, and that was becoming the only struggle of mine. You know, I wouldn't like going to see my family in San Diego. I haven't been in San Diego since December, and it was because I was so focused on being LA, being Manny MUA, being this person who continuously uploads and kills himself to get content out, and, you know, always trying to find the next best thing, and who wants to get likes and views and subs. But this situation at hand has really helped me realize what's important. You know, and that's my family, and that's my health, and that's you guys. I have a lot to work on as a human and as a person.
His family, health, and you guys.
Open heart and open mind, hand to the Bible, to God. I do try my best to be the best person that I can be, but sometimes it's not enough, and you need to do more. And even though in my heart I know that I thought I did what's best in every scenario that I was in, that wasn't enough, and people got hurt, and for that, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that people got hurt. You know, it's never my intention, but that's what happened. And I take full ownership of that. And that's why I'm gonna go on a little break right now, you know, and really just do some soul searching and figure out who I want to be from this. And I will be back stronger and a better person and a better friend and a better human from this. So
It is so funny that him and Laura do a podcast now.
you guys have been there for me when people in my life were not, when my family was not. And I hope you guys will be here for me through this as well. And if you can't be, I understand. I do. You know, I failed you. And if you feel like I'm not someone you want to follow anymore, I understand. I truly do. And I want you guys to know that I'm going to continue to do my best, because that's all I can do is try my best. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys when I'm able to see.
Oh my god, that was the longest video of all fucking time. Anyone else exhausted? Ugh, I could go for a fucking nap. I started this video and I was energized, and now I feel like I've just done a fucking marathon. And all I did was watch a 25-minute long Manny MUA video. Manny, that was excruciating. That was so boring. Oh my god. Thank God I hadn't seen that before, because to have to rewatch that would have been even more torturous. It is just really humorous to me that this all stemmed from the bitches bitter tweet. Ooh, how they probably regret tweeting that. Change the trajectory of their lives forever. Let me know your opinions, and if you're still awake right now, I would love to hear it. Goodbye. Hi muckers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. We have officially ended at the ending of Dramageddon 1. We have now completed both Dramageddons after this, which thank you so much for being here for the ride. Okay, the reason we're going to be ending with this video is because it was really the bombshell video. It was Gabriel Zamora's My Truth video. It is basically like the most viewed out of all of them, and Gabriel doesn't get that many views to start with, so I mean, it was kind of revolutionary in general for this video to get so many views. But also, Gabriel was really the one that started Dramageddon 1 with the, you know, the tweet with that one, right? So Gabriel was really kind of the one to end it as well, because he did this final video where he called everyone out, and something that I'm very excited for is I've never seen this video. I have never seen this video. It is 40 minutes, and it has a crazy good ratio. So 5 million views, almost 400,000 likes, and only 11,000 dislikes. That's a crazy good ratio. All the comments are saying, it's crazy the guy that started this was actually the one to end it. You're very well spoken and self-aware. I think that you were hanging out with the wrong crowd. Does Gabriel Zamora still post? Oh my god, a year ago.
Hi everyone, I'm
Gabriel Zamora has not posted in a year. Oh, and Manny MUA commented on this video, so I guess they're on good terms again. All right, let's just get into it. Again, I have no idea what to expect, but I have heard what happens in this video. Okay, great. We're starting off amazing. We have a YouTuber hoodie, and we also have the turning on the camera. Really great start to this YouTuber apology.
Hi everyone, I'm Gabriel Zamora.
Oh, let's turn it down. We'll do 1.25 because it's nearly 50 minutes long.
And thank you for watching. This video is definitely something I didn't think I was going to upload, if I'm being quite honest. It's something that I feel like I need to upload now because there's certain apologies.
I feel like so many YouTubers start apology videos like this where they're like, I didn't think I'd ever be sitting here making this video. Just get to it, please.
I have to give, especially on video, and there's certain things I want to further explain. I have now filmed this. This is my third time filming this. The reason why is because the first two times, I feel like I was able to vent. I was able to really just let out my emotions and say how I felt, like, and just lay it all out on the line. And they were really long videos. And I'm like, you know what? This isn't about just my emotion.
And this one isn't. We're talking about 50 minutes here. This one isn't the long ones. Thank God you didn't upload the long ones.
It's about me just talking about what happened and clarifying certain things and as to why certain things were done and kind of more of a backstory behind it. The first apology that I owe, that I definitely wanted to make sure was in this video at the very beginning, is to y'all, my audience, because I was the person that I didn't want to be, and it was being negative, being petty, and bringing negativity into a world that didn't need it. And for that, I'm truly sorry. And I know I've let y'all down because I let myself down. That's not who I should be. I started doing YouTube because I wanted to spread happiness and love and positivity and acceptance and just laughter. Like,
I feel like every fucking YouTuber says this in their apology videos where they're like, I came into this scene to spread rainbows and butterflies and la-di-da-di-da, and I became so swept up in it. I feel like they all say this, like they all have like a criteria they must hit. Gray hoodie, heavy breathing, was here for fun.
I looked at it as like, this is so much fun. It's a great escape. It kind of takes me away from any stress that I have. Or if I'm just like bored and I just want something to entertain me, like that's what I loved about YouTube. So the fact that I wasn't that, I'm truly sorry, because that's not what I should be doing. And for that, I will take full accountability, and I'm sorry. And moving forward, I don't want to be like that. And I will work my hardest to not be like that. The second apology that I owe is for an old tweet of mine that resurfaced from 2012. I don't want to give you excuses as to what my train of thought was. Just know that it was ignorant and it was stupid, and it didn't come from hate. I know a lot of people on the internet have said that I am a racist based on that tweet.
And again, that was so ironic because I'm pretty sure it was Gabriel Zamora that was like, imagine standing a racist I could never about Jeffree Star just for his own tweets to come out.
Ask that before you say those words, you now take time to realize what that means, because I have taken time to realize that just putting out ignorance isn't going to help a situation, because I've done that. So for that, I'm truly sorry, and I've learned from it, and I hope that my actions since then have shown y'all that I've learned from it and I've better educated myself. I want to link 2 videos down below just to further help the situation if one is still not fully cleared on it. One is just the backstory on how that word has come about and how it's...
This video is called The History of the N-Word. Where did it come from? And then we have one, Why Every Word Doesn't Belong to Everyone. Okay, you know what I will say is... Obviously, this is not an apology for me, but with the apology to the audience and then the apology going straight into the apology for like old tweets, I think this so far is the strongest start of any of the videos we've watched during Dramageddon, because we're cutting the bullshit and we're immediately starting with the apologies and what they're for, which we're so used to people just like dilly-dallying around the subject at hand. So I think this is probably why this is the best reacted one, like reacted to one, because we're just getting right into it. So I don't know where the other 48 minutes is going to be, like what the fuck we have to talk about for 48 minutes, but I'm sure we'll find out.
Developed over time. And a second video that I really respect is an author explaining why that word isn't for other people. And I've respected it since, but I feel like this video is very straight to that point. And it's clear and it's concise, and I totally agree with what's being said in that video. I'll link that down below, and just know that I understand that it's not my word, and I've understood it ever since I was educated back then. And I know it's not my word, and I'm truly sorry that people still use that word and think that it doesn't have certain negative connotations. And I'm sorry that I fed into that at one point in my life. I was ignorant and I was stupid, and I take full accountability and just know that I'm sorry. I'm still sorry, and I will keep saying I'm sorry. For that, I truly am sorry. And the third apology that I do owe on camera is to Jeffrey. I'm sorry just for everything, not just for the tweets, not just for the photo, just for it all, just for allowing myself to create an image of someone based on what others were telling me, and it's not fair because I wouldn't want that for me. So I want to go on camera and say that I'm truly sorry to you, Jeff.
Which is ironic because the image he created of Jeffrey was the racist scenario, which ultimately Gabriel had his own racist tweets. I think the thing that really annoyed people about Gabriel was the, like, imagine standing a racist, I could never, and then Gabriel also having racist tweets was kind of like that he didn't care about the racism and he cared about weaponizing that someone would be racist, which isn't actually caring whether or not someone is racist. That's the problem with it. You know what I mean?
Jeffrey, because what I did wasn't intended to be bullying, but I know now that it came across like that. And I totally respect that, and I'm sorry for that. I want to talk about the tweet now, and I have certain things that I've...
Bitch is bitter because without him, we're better.
I don't want to edit this video, so I just wrote everything down in my notes of things that I want to hit on.
Oh, a good notes app.
So let me explain the photo, the tweet. So the photo context was just that, a recreation of Kylie's birthday photo. It wasn't taken in a sense to bash anyone, to try to disrespect Jeffrey. It wasn't taken like that. It was just taken to be dumb and funny. I then took it upon myself the next day to tweet the photo with that text. Nobody else saw this before I tweeted it. I just tweeted it. Okay. So when I tweeted it,
okay, so confirmation that Manny and Laura didn't know that it was going to be about Jeffrey. The problem is they still liked and engaged with the tweet after the caption was posted, so they can't really play ignorance here.
just if you care to know, just a little backstory on it was I was hungover. I rarely drink, so I said, I'm going to drink this day. And I woke up hungover as hell, headache. There's no excuse. I'm just saying, this is the mental space that I was in. So I was irritable. I was just cranky. And then I'm seeing certain things online about Jeffrey doing this to my friends. And I'm like, okay, I just keep hearing about this person, and I keep hearing this, and I keep hearing that. And I'm like, why is someone who's so successful being so petty? That was my train of thought in that moment. And I'm like, you know what? Let me be shady on the internet. I'm one of the people that will, if I'm shady, I will own it. Because just don't be shady and be like, oh no, it was an accident. No, if you're being shady, own it. And I was being shady. I was being petty in that tweet. And I tweeted it. Nobody else knew. So I just want to go on.
But they did like it.
When did everybody else find out? Everybody else found out. Well, I started to get likes, and I started to get a retweet or a response. And then Nikita calls me, and she's like,
oh my God, I forgot that Nikita was in the photo as well. Nikita is so forgettable. Sorry, no shade.
Are you okay? What's wrong? What's going on? And I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of this pettiness. I'm tired of this. And I explained it, and she's like, okay, just so you know, it's very clear as to who you're trying to be petty towards and be in that sense. And I'm like, okay. She's like, okay, just so you know. And I'm like, okay. So when we leave...
Not Nikita Dragon warning you that you're going to get canceled. That's bad. It's bad if Nikita Dragon has to step in. Nikita Dragon. Please.
Hotel, we get into a bus to go to a pool party. And 10 minutes into the bus ride, it's brought up. So what happened on Twitter? And I'm like, you know what? I'm just tired of this person constantly doing this to y'all because I keep hearing he does this, he does that, he does this, he does that. He's such a malicious person. He's so mean, he's this. I keep hearing these things, and I'm like, I'm fed up. I'm fed up. I keep absorbing all this negativity, and I'm finally fed up. I'm over it. But
it probably was so exhausting to be in the beauty space in this time period because they probably all just obsessively talked about each other when they weren't there. So, if Manny was there, they would, talk shit about someone that Manny doesn't like. Or if Manny left, then they would talk shit about Manny. Or they would talk shit about Jeffrey. Or if Jeffrey was there, they would talk shit about James. Or James wasn't there, they would... It's exhausting. I get it. It's a game. They're all being catty and all. But it genuinely probably was the most exhausting atmosphere in the entire world. But they created it themselves.
Never done anything petty to me. So I just finally had it. And it's okay, well, just so you know, it looks people are starting to speculate as to who it is. It's pretty clear. It's really clear. And I'm like, okay, like, and I made even more tweets that I definitely fluffed up because I was like, you know what? I want to create a narrative and it's not fair. And I now realize how that affects people because
It happened to you.
about me in this whole process. And I'm like, you know what? That wasn't.
These people only care when it happens to them.
One shouldn't be doing that. Try to make someone seem some type of way to try to get people on either your side or try to see something some certain type of way. One should never try to tell people what to think or what to see or anything. People should be able to do that themselves. So that's when they're like, okay, well, like certain hate starting to pop up. We get to the pool party, and during that bus ride, other things were being talked about.
Could you imagine going to a party with your friend and your friend has tweeted something that's going to get you in so much trouble and you're there trying to enjoy the party and you're getting so much hate online? Like, damn, we were just trying to enjoy the pool party.
And we get to the pool party, and I'm still seeing tweets. I'm still seeing more and more and more things come up, and it's like becoming a lot. Like even for me, like I know I started it, so I'm gonna take full responsibility for it. But it's a lot. So during that process, Nikita comes up and she's like, "Hey, like just so you know, sir, like it looks like we all did this. Like it looks like all four of us were in on this, and it looks like it's like we're bullying him." And I'm like, "Oh crap!" And they're starting to get a bunch of hate because of my tweet. And I'm like, "Oh crap! Like this isn't fair for me to pull someone into this." And I fully took responsibility and I apologized to my friends. I'm like, "Hey, I'm really sorry because I drug you into this mess and I'm bringing you into this mess." And it was like, "Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. We'll get through this. We're in it together."
But also, they had all engaged with the tweet. This is what I don't understand. Like, again, I keep reiterating this point, but they would have doubled down on the tweet if the reaction to it was fine. But the fact that they engaged with the tweet, they got the fame from it, and then when it turned sour and Jeffree responded, they turned on Gabriel. It feels really snaky, and I'm aware that, like, none of these people were really friends in the long run. But, like, if my friend said that to me, I'd be like, fuck you. Fuck you for, like, being on board with this, even though you didn't know about it. And then you get, you know, in trouble, and then you're going to drop me. Like, fuck you.
It's fine. I apologized to Laura. I apologized to Manny. And I'm like, "I'm sorry." And it was very much the narrative of, it's just really bad timing. So it's not fair that you try to make it seem like we hate him. It's just really bad timing because of this docuseries and everybody's on his side.
Oh, okay. So, because Shane Dawson had done the series with Jeffree in which, you know, Jeffree was really liked again because Shane had, you know, shown this different light of him, where, you know, Jeffree was opening up about things in his life and people were really seeing a different side of Jeffree. That was why they got annoyed at the tweet, because the public perception was on Jeffree. I mean, of course that was the reason. I said this a couple videos ago. They all agree with the video. They all hated Jeffree, but it was not great timing. Jeffree outweighed them in public support. And that's why when Jeffree came out with the racism video, he was able to just one-up them all and get all the public support and get all their fans and get the general public and the beauty, like everyone was on his side.
Well, if you feel some type of way about someone, regardless of when it is, you should still feel that kind of way. But I'm like, okay, you know what? It's true.
But they're all fake, Gabriel.
Listen and take that and allow people to speak. And if they're saying that and this is how they feel, that's fine. I then go to Laura and I'm like, "Hey, I'm really sorry. I don't know what to do in this situation. I want to somehow start making this better. What do you think?"
This is probably the shittest pool party ever.
Deleting that photo because even I agreed, there was just a lot of accusations about her family. A lot of just false accusations about her family. And then it started to, people start saying certain things about certain people. And it was like, is this true? Wait, is this true? I was seeing those responses. And I'm like, okay, I totally agree. I'll delete it. She's like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, I'll delete it. I'm taking full ownership. This is my fault. I know what I started. And I want to make this better. That's why I deleted that tweet. Because Laura asked me after I offered, how do I fix this? Let that be clear.
Not him throwing Laura under the bus. I love it. But also, Laura did say in her video that her family were being dragged into it, so it makes sense that she, like, wanted it deleted, even though she had no problem with it.
Everything was all right after that, and I took it down. Okay, cool. Then we went to another pool, and that's when we started to hang out. That's when my old tweet came up, and I voiced it to my friends. It's like, oh crap, like, there's now an old tweet of mine coming up, and I'm being painted out to be as racist. And I'm like, I want to explain this because I've learned from this. And I want to apologize to anyone who's being affected. And I want to be able to explain this just a little bit further. So They were aware. I created my own apology. I wrote it down. I wanted to make sure that it was.
Please don't tell me it was a notes app.
I tweeted it. It was my truth. It was me apologizing for it, me owning up to it. I know what I did. It came from my social account. I changed it on Instagram because I was like, oh, this is inappropriate. But it had tweeted it out as well. So I'm like, okay. Just know that when you put something out on the internet, it remains on the internet. The reason a lot of people were like, you're so stupid, why didn't you delete this? Just so you know, I've deleted that tweet twice. Not out of like, oh my God, like I don't want to ever get caught. No, because I learned from it. And I was like, oh wow, like this shouldn't be on there. Even before I started social media, I looked at all my tweets. I was like, could anything be taken as inappropriate? Because I'm not a malicious person. I've never gone out of my way to try to bash someone in a racial way or just in like a petty way in that sense. So I'm like, this tweet will haunt me. I know it will because I've tried deleting it and it won't go away. And that's fine. I'll fully own up to it. I fucked up. So everyone was like, it's fine. We'll get through this, right? Then that night I go to my hotel. I decide not to go out.
Not we'll get through this over being exposed for having racist tweets. We'll get through this together. Come on. What the fuck?
Too much. I'd rather just go to sleep. We're leaving the next day. Our car comes for us to take us to the airport at like 6 or 7 a.m. And I'm like, you know what? I should just pack, just take a shower, decompress. And I was looking at comments and I was starting to like delete stuff and block stuff because I'm like, this is becoming a lot. Like it's a lot. So then the next day we're leaving and we're traveling back. 14 minutes. Okay. I'm trying to like keep this short.
Not checking the fucking time of the video so far. I know. I wish Manny did that in my reality check video. Then we wouldn't have had to sit through the fucking boringest, not a right word, 25 minutes of my entire life.
So then we come back. We start going to the airport. I get onto the bus. I'm still not aware what's really going on with everybody else, but Nikita's like, are you okay? I was like, yeah, I'm fine. And she's like, okay. Like, there's, like, just so you know, they're starting to bring up, like, tweets on everybody. Like, they're bringing, old things of everyone up. And I'm like...
Also, speaking of Nikita, she was able to fly under the radar. No, Nikita is so problematic and had so many scandals. But Nikita stayed silent throughout all of Dramageddon 1 and therefore basically got away with it, you know, without having any, like, ramifications. So Laura made the video, the crying one. Manny made his video. Gabriel made the apologies. But Nikita just didn't address her old tweets, didn't address her involvement in things, just other problematic things that really came up. And therefore, because of that, after a few weeks, Nikita was able to just start posting again, whereas these other creators had to take, like, month-long breaks. So there's something to be said about that, which is, like, really weird that people just, like, forgive and forget if, like, they're given enough time. But I always forget that Nikita was a part of Dramageddon 1 because she stayed so silent. She stayed so silent, and therefore, she was able to get off without anyone being able to be like, look how bad her apology was. Look how, you know, fake her apology was. You know why? Because she didn't fucking give you one. Like,
that's not, I didn't want all this to happen, but when you put out negativity out into the world, just understand that it will give it back to you. The energy that you put out is what you receive. So I'm now trying to focus on putting positivity out, and I'm learning from that because I've always been like that, so I don't...
Rainbows and butterflies.
I allowed myself to become negative. And I'm like, okay. So we have a layover in Amsterdam, and then it's 2 hours, and I'm like filtering comments, and I'm like, this is too much. Like, this is a lot. Like, it's now exploding, and this is before it all. And I'm like, it's becoming a lot. And I'm like, it was taking a real toll on me. And if I'm being honest, I was trying to just become numb because it was a lot. Like, I didn't want to think. I didn't want to feel anything. And I've had moments of just sadness, and that just kind of like took me back. And I know that I started this, so I'm taking full accountability. But in that moment, that's just how I felt. I wasn't really talking. I wasn't trying to interact with anyone. I'm just like, it's a lot. Like, it's a lot. So we then get on our flight.
Could you imagine how fucking awkward this trip must have been traveling home when all of you are being bombarded for your old problematic tweets that for some reason it took Gabriel Zamora doing a shady tweet for them to come out? Which really bothers me anyway, that they were able to live on the internet and only be deleted once Gabriel does a shady tweet towards Jeffree. Also, the full concept of people defending Jeffree by being like, he's not racist, you're racist, is just like, this is so unproductive. We shouldn't be, you're more racist than me, no. Like, just don't, like, no one be racist, and there's no competition of who's more racist, or you're gonna call Jeffree a racist, we're gonna find you being racist. Like, this is so unproductive. Like,
Back to the US, back to
It shouldn't take people caring about Jeffree Star being victimized by his friends for them to care about their favorite creators being racist. Like, what the fuck?
And I just decided to go to sleep, and I'm like, just try to sleep this off, or like try to like decompress, like go to sleep, just go to sleep. And I slept for the majority of the flight, and I wake up probably 2 hours before we land. And 15 minutes into it, my friends come up to me. And the conversation is led, and I'm going to be honest, the conversation is led by Manny. Laura chimes in every once in a while. Nikita didn't say anything. And I was
Just like what she did publicly. Look around everybody on mute.
watching it all. I'm assessing everything. I'm like, okay, like what's going on? The conversation is had of, hey, just so you know, it's becoming a lot more. And I'm like, okay. And we've been talking to our managers and our PR team, and we've just been thinking of a PR way to handle this. And I'm like, okay.
A PR way to handle it. Cut to Laura Lee's, I'm so sorry. You need to fire those PR people.
And they have recommended.
Whatever happened to just like an honest, like how you actually feel. You should feel bad that you have racist tweets. You shouldn't have to ask someone's professional advice on how to handle it. Fuck out of here.
That you take full accountability for the photo, you apologize for the photo, and you apologize to us for us not being involved. And I'm like,
That's crazy. So they approached Gabriel on the flight after they said they agreed with the tweet, but just the timing was bad. That they're coming up and saying, you need to tweet an apology for the photo and also tweet a public apology for us being in the photo. What snaky friends, considering they all agreed and they were going to work this out together.
okay, cool. I tweeted it. Let's not go online.
Whoa, that scared the shit out of me. Oh my God.
So I don't like
Time and place.
seem that I was the only one who thought this. I don't like that it was like, oh, Gabriel, you're going to take full accountability. Cool, I did tweet it, but let's not try to make it seem like other people didn't really think these things. So I'm like, okay, cool, but I will take full accountability. I will take that. I will take full accountability. So it is then, you're going to have to apologize first. This is all Manny. Laura's like chiming in, but one of the parts that kind of annoyed me was I wasn't given the respect of being looked at in the eyes while this is being had, while I'm being told what to do. So I'm like, I'm starting to see these things. I'm like, okay, read people's body language. I'm staring at him and I'm not, it's just blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, cool. You're going to have to take full accountability. Your apology is going to have to go out first. So I would start working on it. And based off of your apology, this person goes next, this person goes next, and I will be last.
Imagine strategically planning how you're going to address being racist. What world do we live in? Also, it's so funny hearing Manny act like this because I believe it. And then cut to like Manny's online persona of like glitters and rainbows. Like these people are so fake in front of a camera. Also, it's so disrespectful how they're talking to Gabriel right now. You're all fucked up. You all agreed that you fucked up.
And we'll all gauge kind of like what the other one needs to fix. And I'm like, okay, if you're sorry.
Wait, so Manny said that Gabriel goes first, then the two girls go next, and then Manny will go last, so he can gauge the reaction and tweak it. Therefore, Manny MUA just said that he wants other people to apologize, and then he's going to basically see what the critiques of those apologies is, and then he'll do the most perfect apology. That's why I think Manny MUA's video was bullshit.
You're sorry. Just put it out there. I don't understand why it has to be like this, and this. No, like why are we?
If you're sorry, just apologize. It doesn't have to have a chain reaction.
For success. If you're sorry, just apologize and be sorry. So I'm like, okay, cool. It sucks because I felt like it was like, okay, like cool, like I'll take full accountability and I guess I'll be the person who hates him online. And I'm the only one who thinks this. That's fine. I know I fucked up, and these are my friends, and you need to do right by them. So when I start heading home from the airport, I get nauseous in the back seat on my phone for too long. I'm already nervous, I'm anxious, it's a lot. I don't even want to look at my phone. I want to look straight forward, and I just want to not throw up in this situation. And I get a text message from Manny, hey, how are you doing? Are you okay? I just see it, and I'm like, I can't even respond. Like, it's a lot. So I'm like sitting there. It's like a 45-minute drive. Almost by the end of it, I get a text message of, hey, we really need you to put out this apology because it's a storm for everybody else, Gabby. And I'm like, wait, didn't you just text me wondering how I am? You don't hear from me, and then it's, hey, cool, okay, interesting. I'm not texting you back because you're headspace wasn't to see if I was good. It was to see, when am I putting this out? Cool. So I come home and I write my own apology. I wrote my own apology, just so y'all know. I wrote it.
Oh shit, he's basically implying here that they didn't even write their own apologies. Now again, if Laura Lee had PR involved in her crying video, what the hell? This is such an irritating situation because it's like just passing full blame, but also it really begs the questions of influencers apologizing that it is this strategic, like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, there was a revision, so I wouldn't mess up, but the only thing that was added was me attacking somebody else that didn't deserve it, who was part of the Ipsy community. That person definitely didn't need for me to attack them the way that I did. I was angry, and she just stated an opinion. It was a little bit sassy, but it was her truth, and I respect it. But in that moment, I attacked. I didn't care. I just attacked. And she did deserve an apology. And I was like, you know what? That's true. All the other apologies, apologizing to NARS, apologizing to Ipsy, apologizing to my friends, apologizing to y'all, to my community, to the beauty community, was me writing that out. So
it's the bare minimum, so I'm not going to praise him for that, but
Laura put out her apology first because she didn't want to wait. She wanted to apologize, and I respected that. Then I even had called her and I was like, hey, like, I don't know, like, should I be doing a video? Should I be putting text out? I don't know what to do. And it's like, an apology is an apology.
And then y'all settled on the Notes app. Revolutionary.
You don't feel like you have to do something so that people can understand it. An apology is an apology. As long as you're apologizing and you're sincere about it, it's an apology. And I'm like, okay. And I cried and I was like, I fucked up. Like, I caused this for you as well. I caused this for me. And we cried. And I put out my apology, and I went to sleep. That is everything with that, with the photo and my apology. What happened next was where I got upset that I was being painted in a different type of way. So first, Manny's apology wasn't an apology because there wasn't an I'm sorry in there. His initial quote tweet of mine. I wake up that Tuesday, and I get a notification that he had quote tweeted me, and I'm like, wait, what? Okay, let me go to it. Thank you for owning up to it and all these things. I'm like, excuse me? So
I haven't seen any of these tweets, but it really is crazy if Manny then took like a higher approach of like, I'm so proud of Gabriel for admitting his wrongs. Motherfucker, you have them too. And you also agreed with the tweet and you liked the tweet.
Wait, am I crazy? Thank you, Gabby, for speaking up. We took that photo with the intent of recreating Kylie's 21st birthday picture with her sisters. True. The reason I liked it was because it was a photo of the four of us being silly the night before. I didn't read the caption as I had been running around. He was in his hotel, just so you know, when he was liking and responded to it. Maybe he was running around his hotel room. That might be the case. But you can't tell me that you didn't see you didn't read that tweet.
Also, with the way the beauty space on Twitter was at this time, everyone was tweeting that it was about Jeffrey before Manny liked it, even though they already knew it. So that's bullshit. And also, Manny said that it was just the timing was the wrong.
Photo of us four. You're just gonna like something and respond to it? No. That's not what we're gonna do. And then once I was notified about the caption from you all, I removed my like and asked Gabby to take it down as the photo was supposed to be a fun recreation and nothing more. I wasn't asked by him to take it down. When I said earlier, I asked Laura, how would you like me to better these things? That's why I took it down. Let that be clear. So that's why I'm like, why are you now creating this narrative?
Not Manny MUA being the devil in this.
If we're keeping it 100, let's keep it 100. You feel these things. Let's keep it 100. You feel these things. Somebody else does too, okay? Other people do too.
I think this boils down to Manny talking shit about Jeffrey behind the scenes, but being scared of Jeffrey. So Manny never wanted it out there that he would ever associate, with people that would talk shit about Jeffrey or whatever, because he's scared of them, or scared of Jeffrey, even though he does it. It's so fake. It's so fake.
Like, oh no, like, no. You feel that. So let's not paint it out to be like, I'm the one. Cool, no. Okay, cool. I'm getting emotional, right? So when I read that, I'm like, messy can never help themselves. When you're messy, you remain messy. So not only are you being messy in your quote tweet, let me go look at what you've been liking and what you've been responding to. So why am I seeing, of course you did read the caption. It was all fun and games until it backfired on the four of you. It absolutely was not at all. It was childish and I'm too grown for that, honestly. You're too grown. Too grown for what? You constantly talk about him. You constantly say all these things. You constantly use people. Let's look at track records. I don't have bad blood with anybody. Maybe there's one person that And me and her have an understanding of, we don't.
Oh my goodness.
We're respectful. That's it. She's not in this community.
But also, Gabriel said that he tweeted it because he kept hearing things about Jeffrey and was so over it. Who to hear them from? His friend group.
So why are you the one who constantly keeps burning bridges and using people, but you're too grown? No, you can't. You say worse. Let's keep it 100. You said worse. So my tweet that kind of set it all off was, no, Manny, stay out of it, and think about who your friends are. He drug you down, did a half-assed apology, and no one is fine. Trust me, it's been an eye-opening 24 hours, is his response. I looked at other tweets he was liking. I wouldn't stay friends with someone that put me in a bad position and created all this drama. Why are you liking this? Yeah, I may have started...
God, Manny MUA probably wishes that Twitter is how it is now with the fact you can't see people's likes. God, that's probably erased so many, like, possible, like, dramas. God, if you couldn't see people's likes back years ago in the drama space, there would be so much less drama. But Manny liking all these tweets dunking on Gabriel is like, it's such an easy way out, but it's such a nasty way of throwing your friends under the bus when you are the one that was the problem.
This, but let's not act like you don't feel like this. If not worse, because I've heard you say worse. Because at 26 minutes, my camera shuts off. At 30 minutes, I'm just checking. So I'm like, interesting. Let me go look at if anybody else is being shady right now. I go look at Nikita. No. Because
Nikita went mute the entire time.
Friends don't throw other friends under the bus, even by throwing that kind of underlying shade. There's multiple tweets that he liked, so I was like, cool. So then Laura's responding to people. Me, Manny, and Nikita didn't have any part in the tweet Gabriel posted. We asked him to take it down, and he did. What do you mean we? I asked you, how do I better this? And you said, can you take that tweet down? And I said, yes. Let's not act like I was told to do anything. Let's not act like that. Then she says, I did not ever like or comment the photo. Manny did, without reading the caption, and within a few seconds, he removed his comment and like. Okay, so you're defending someone, and let's keep that clear. She did defend him, and she didn't have to say, Manny did, but he took it down, just so you're aware. Since your apology has gone out, where is he on this? Because that's your best friend. Okay, cool. So I'm looking at all these tweets, and I'm like, wow, really? Like, okay, we're gonna play this narrative? Cool, if y'all are out for yourself, and you're thinking, how do I better this for myself? Let me save face for myself.
I think that literally is just what this boils down to. Like, they were all just trying to save face, but the easiest way to do that was to throw all blame onto Gabriel. But again, we're very aware that this is much bigger than just Gabriel Zamora, even though Gabriel was a big problem in this.
You're probably thinking, well, Gabriel, you're probably reading into it. Maybe they didn't see those tweets, or maybe they didn't fully read, or maybe they're like just kind of like, it's too much for them. Just so you know, I know these people a lot better than a lot of you do. Let's keep it 100. In the sense of, I see how they move. Maybe I don't know what they did on their 4th birthday. Maybe I don't know everything about their family. Maybe I don't know certain things. But when I see them move, I am aware of what kind of person they are. And to hear them constantly complain of, well, this person liked this tweet and it was shady about me. Oh. Constantly. They've been aware for years that liking shady is obvious. That responding something.
I'm loving him using their own morals against them right here.
And it's obvious. These are my friends. I saw them.
I kind of appreciate this video from Gabriel because he started off with immediate apologies and now he's spending the rest of the video basically like talking shit and exposing people, and I kind of like that.
I see how they move. So it's not me just misinterpreting things, overreading things. No, because there was a lot of people online saying, wait, what, did y'all just throw him under the bus? Like, wait, didn't y'all also have a falling out with him? Why is Gabriel...
And they just got back from their pool party trip.
So I'm like, okay, I'm not crazy. I am feeling these things with some reason. Oh, it's at 20 minutes. Let me... No. So then I had to think, you have to now, not in a sense worry about yourself, but realize what it is you want to do. What feels right for you. No longer, okay, let me not like certain things. Let me not do certain things. Let me remain hush-hush so it doesn't add to the fire. Let me not add fuel to the fire. So now I'm like, you know what? I wanted to apologize to Jeffrey. That is an apology I wanted to create, to give. And I literally, once I realized these things, I'm like, you know what? You should be apologizing to him. Even if you've been kind of made out to feel like you shouldn't, or that isn't your friend, or this isn't a good person, you should apologize to this person because you did attack them online. You should apologize to them personally first. So I wrote out a text, an apology. It was a long one. And
again, this is weirdly showing more morals from Gabriel Zamora because in Manny MUA's video that came out after this video, Manny apologizes publicly to Jeffrey but says that he hasn't reached out to him privately. Gabriel, on the other hand, has done what someone who actually is sorry would do, privately then publicly. Not the other way about, or not just not doing it privately and just doing it publicly. That's performative.
I went through and I got a response back. My number wasn't blocked. So there was a conversation had. We spoke on the phone and I apologized for everything, just allowing myself to create an image of someone in my head in a negative light based on what I was being fed, because it wasn't fair for me to do that to anyone, to hear all these things about someone and never have experienced them myself, but still think these things about that person. So I'm like, I'm sorry for that. I'm just sorry for a lot of things. A lot of clarity came from that conversation. A lot of things made a lot more sense once I heard the other side of the story. I thought my friends are gonna tell me.
It's also important to note that while he's speaking so highly of Jeffree right now, if this was like today, like this wouldn't be liked by the general public, but this was really liked that he did this and spoke so highly of Jeffree because the Shane series was making him really likable. So it was really smart to kind of do this and detaching yourself away from like Manny, Laura, and Nikita and being like, I actually apologize to Jeffree and we had a great conversation, and hearing his point of view, I love him.
Me the truth. That's not always the case. So when he explained situations that I thought, why is he being irrationally angry? It made sense why he was mad in this situation and this situation. It made a lot more sense that I'm like, am I being lied to? Why? Okay, cool. So I then tell him, I'm like, I personally would love to apologize online, publicly to you. I'm not gonna say I spoke to you. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna tell anyone. I would just like to do that.
It's a very good way of handling it. I'll give credit.
I totally respect it. Thank you for that. So when I created my apology, it took me 24 hours. I wanted to sleep on it. I still wanted to apologize to him publicly, but I wanted it all to kind of process in. What do you want to do next, Gabriel? When I woke up, I was like, you know what? There's a certain individual that I do need to cut out of my life because it's always just been toxic. A lot of the negativity around you and around your friends has been due to this one person. There's the same factor in all these negative situations around your life because I've had a lot of friends.
Is he throwing Manny under the bus?
Things going on, and that seems to be the remaining factor, and that's Manny. You know what? You're not that cool with this person. If I'm keeping it 100 with y'all, that friendship was this weird narrative of after he's had all these falling outs, and so has she, Laura, we don't really have friends. Let's just all constantly hang out. And I'm thinking, oh my God, my friends want to constantly hang out. Like, this is so cool. Like, they're some of the top people in the beauty industry.
Wait, that's such a good way of putting it, that Manny and Laura had falling out with so many people, and they were therefore looked at, this like loser friend group that had no one, but Gabriel thought that they were just like friends, but obviously they just had no one else. Oh, I did not know that he threw Manny under the bus like this, but Manny threw him under the bus, so two can play that game. I respect it.
Inside perspective from somebody else, and these are also people who understand it. I'm growing and I'm new to this, so it's cool to just hear like inside tips and tricks. Like Laura has helped me so much with my YouTube channel and my social media in general, just giving me advice, giving me tips, she's like, my home is yours, whatever you want to do. Do you want to film? Like, what do you, like, anything. So that's, her and Nikita have been the only ones that have really helped me. I'm not saying Manny didn't, but he gave me a link to where I could get Final Cut Pro, like text and stuff. Cool. There's been always like hey, you should be posting more. And I'm like, okay. Like, I do want to post more. But I've always been, I'm not consistent when it comes to posting, but I'd rather post something that I love as opposed to me thinking I have to post. And I feel like that's where I was going crazy. Me personally, I'm not saying it was because of anybody else, because I was like, I'm going crazy. I feel like I have to post like 2 to 3 times a week on YouTube and like every single day on Instagram and this and that. I have to post at a particular time because this is what I'm hearing constantly. No, I don't. And that's why I was going crazy. That's the only thing he's really helped me with.
I also do believe him in everything he's saying about Manny. And also, again, to clarify, in my reality check, Manny agrees that he is like this, which I guess was the only thing he could have done, because the reaction to this video is great. And if Manny had came out on the defense, it would not have gone down well. And I don't think Manny would have much of a career left, if any, today. Not saying he does right now. I've seen the podcast views.
Really? And he doesn't know anything about me, but he's constantly hanging out with other people and having these close moments, but I don't get a hangout. I don't get a phone call. I don't get nothing. So I'm like, okay, cool. This is a person you need to cut out of your life. You've been wanting to cut them out ever since he threw Laura under the bus. When Laura and Jeffree had that falling out, he threw her under the bus. Let's keep it 100. Why is it that 2 people who were in the wrong with him, only one gets out alive? Behind the scenes, if I'm keeping it 100, I was done with him. I was like, are you serious? I see my friend and she is hurt. She is distraught. I'm getting emotional. I wanted to cut him off. It hurt because I felt like in that situation, I was backing up a friend that I felt was hurt. and then that friend then turns around and is buddy, and then I get pushed aside, and I'm like, wait, I thought you were hurt, and that's why I was hurt as well. And then I was hurt that I was being kind of like pushed aside, and I'm like, what? Okay, cool. You can't be mad at someone's situation if they're not mad themselves. And that took time during that situation for me to process. But I'm like, okay, cool. We tried to better that situation. It was talked over between me and Laura. But during that time, I did get...
God, it's really crazy to me. I mean, I don't know what their standing is now, considering that Gabriel's last video... Did he get his lip filler dissolved?
Timer?
I don't know if he did, but his lip filler looks so much better now. Well... Anyway, moving on. That Manny had commented on this video a year ago. So I wonder what their standing is now, but also that Manny and Laura have their fucking podcast. Like, they really do only have each other.
An apology from Manny. I'm so sorry that it just looks like this and I've hurt y'all and I've hurt my friend. Cool, if you didn't throw her under the bus, why are you apologizing? Interesting. So when I wake up that day and I tweet out, I'm sorry, Jeffree Star, I go to his tweet, I copy and I paste what I also relate to. It has been an eye-opening 24 hours. Because when he tweeted that, the 24 hours that he was referring to was the flight and certain people's situations being come up, like his insensitive Snapchat. So, okay, cool. For me, I saw myself get thrown under. My narrative is being painted out as differently. I have apologized to someone that I needed to, and they have cleared up so much more for me. So the next day, I'm like, it has been an eye-opening 24 hours. I wanted that shade. You know why? Because
That is crazy shade to throw that back in Manny's face, though. I'm going to say, I got to appreciate some of the pettiness from Gabriel.
Y'all see it. You see the shade. I've always been told you can manipulate the audience to think what you want them to think. Oh my God, this video is so long. You can paint it out to be some type of way. Cool. I want it to be done. I tweeted out. He's trying to contact me. I'm not responding. I'm like, I'm out. It felt good. It sounded dark.
And so then that's whenever like Manny would try crawl back, because the person that he was throwing under the bus then threw him under the bus. But because people then knew that Manny was throwing him under the bus, it was more beneficial that Manny was then being thrown under the bus. If that makes sense. I feel like I just said a bunch of words. I'm filming this at 3:28 in the morning.
It felt good to just cut someone off like that. I thought that cutting off a friend would be bad, but it felt good. And I didn't understand why. But further realizing it, it's like, that was a toxic person in your life. You shouldn't have been friends with this person. You shouldn't have been hanging out with this person, to be quite honest, because you don't really did each other like that. If I'm keeping it 100, we didn't. So I'm like, okay, cool. So then I unfollow him. Of course, he freaks out because people are now catching on to it. And he then sends me a voice memo that he's outside my building. And it's like, hey, I'm outside your building. What? You can't come into my building unless I allow you and you're on a list. So of course he's not being let in. So I get a voice memo, hey, I'm outside your building. I don't know why I'm here. I just wanted to talk to you face to face. I know you must be going through...
You must be going through a lot. That's when they start to care, when the perception turns against them. Oh my God, Manny, this is not good.
We're all going through a lot. What do you mean we're all going through a lot? What are we all going through? Because it looked like I was the only one going through it. Yeah, certain people were going through things as well, but I didn't tweet other people's things. My photo, I have now taken full accountability for. That tweet I've taken full accountability for. I have apologized to y'all publicly. What do you mean we at this point? Because y'all are liking shady things.
It's like trying to like bring you all into like the same level of relatability on a situation so that then you can help him.
We. And then he apologizes for liking and responding to things that he misinterpreted. I'm tired of this. I misinterpreted this. Oh, I'm so sorry because of this. Oh, I'm so sorry, but it's because of this. No, if you're sorry, you're sorry. Just keep it 100. Keep it 100 with me, and I will respect you. Yeah, even if you were like, hey, I did like some shady tweets about you. I'm kind of upset with you because you started that you shouldn't have. But even though we all feel like this, I was upset and I like these tweets and I shouldn't have. I'm sorry for that. I would have respected that because, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, he shaded me, but he is keeping it 100. No, don't say you didn't reach. Don't say these things when I know how.
I think there's something really irritating about people playing dumb as well. Specifically if they were or are your friends.
You move.
We're in this together. Don't play dumb with me.
So I don't respond. Since then, I tweeted that and I gave the respect of not doing anything more, not liking anything more, not tweeting anything, not doing anything, right?
God, Jeffree must have been loving this. The Shane doc and then all the old friends getting exposed. You know he was happy.
Backing up, because what I did wrong Everything
He was cracking open that Red Bull with a straw and celebrating.
right? I'm contemplating a video, apologizing to my audience, and just that. Just apologizing. Maybe like still taking blame for that photo and not really going into depth like I'm going in now. But to see someone go online and apologize to someone rightfully deserved, he did deserve to apologize to that little girl. But you're not going to talk about anything else. You're not going to apologize to someone that has helped you get to where you are. Even though you've played he offered it. He didn't do things for me. He didn't have to offer these things. This is someone who's already so successful, and you're freaking out because you're like, I don't know where to go, and I don't know what manufacturer to use, and blah, 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 this, blah, blah, blah. And your friend is like, well, I mean, I can put in a good word for you in my place, and I can give you these contacts. Don't act like this person didn't do nothing for you, okay? Because even though I, during that time, wasn't the biggest fan of Jeffrey, I always
Oh, I was wondering who we were talking about. This was so confusing.
was, don't waste all your money. That's going to be one of the biggest mistakes that you do coming into it, if I can give you any advice. I did that, and I blew through my money, and I wasn't saving anything. And it's true. I was, in the beginning, starting to blow money. I was like, oh, wow. Okay, that's true. I should be saving money. So I always respected that. And I respected certain things and certain critiques and certain advice he would give me. And I would say that and be like, he's a smart businessman. Maybe I'm not the biggest fan of him, but he's a smart businessman. I would say that. But don't go online and not apologize to the person who's helped you the most. The most. Because a lot of people have helped you.
God, it's crazy that at one time Jeffrey was helping Manny with merchandise and also helping James Charles with merchandise. What a bizarre... God, the like villain or the heroification of Jeffree Star in this video is crazy though. God, this would not pass nowadays, wouldn't it? That's just...
And I will always say who's helped me. I'm not going to say it right here, but you can go to my previous videos. You can go to interviews that I've done, and I give credit where credit is due. I'm not here today off of my own blood, sweat, and tears. So many people have helped me get to where I am, and I give credit. So don't go online and give that boot type of video. Because, yeah, that girl deserved to be apologized to. But then you're going to apologize for an insensitive Snapchat that was brought up during this, and you're going to mention his name in the video and not apologize to him? Cool. But when Laura's apology came out, and she was dragged through the dirt, dragged through the mud, because you got a lot of hate for not responding to that, and she made sure to include it in hers. You weren't anywhere to defend your friend. But there's a tweet of her defending.
God, isn't it crazy again that in all of this, where's Nikita Dragon? Nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found.
At one point, there's your best friends. Trust me, that when someone with my friends, as y'all have seen, I go up to bat.
But also this started because Gabriel was so annoyed at hearing things about Jeffrey because of his friends, you know, opinions of Jeffrey. So I believe him.
But when I saw nobody was going up to bat for me publicly, even though I had one friend in that group, help me behind the scenes, be like, hey, you did this tweet and it's bullying, but I'm here for you and I want to make sure that you're good. I had that one friend. Only one friend was aware that I have never dealt with this. This is a lot.
I guess we're talking about Nikita here.
And that person's checking on me because that's ride or die. So when you don't defend your friend online, even though you probably did the worst, to be quite honest, because you sucked that friendship dry and then you try to get out safe. But this person, I remember, got the biggest hit. So when he attacked her and you got out safe, whose house did you go to right after that? To go apologize to. Let's keep it 100. I'm tired of this narrative being put out that someone is so sweet and someone is so good, when behind the scenes I know so much more. And I'm going crazy. This image is being painted out and it's being well received as, you're good. No, your friend was just drugged to the dirt. I know for a fact that Laura isn't a malicious person. Does she do stupid?
She's just a stupid one.
But I personally, in my experience with Laura, know that she's not a malicious person. But I'm not going to go up to defend her because I didn't get no defense. You were liking shady things. I'm not defending you at this point. But your best friend isn't going to defend you and is going to allow all this while you get the biggest hit and you're losing the most? When in actuality, you didn't do as much as he did? Cool. It's been an eye-opening experience, if I'm being quite honest. This is a long video and I'm sorry it's this long, but it's my truth. And I know I'm venting a lot, and I want to just wrap it up at this point. I don't want you to convince you on anything. Don't let me tell you how to feel.
Okay, I want to read this. There's been a lot going on recently, and I want to sit down and talk to you about what my truth is. I want to apologize to you all on camera as well as clear up some things that are going on because I've taken time to reflect, and during that time a lot of assumptions have been made. Please note that these are my feelings and what I've experienced, but don't let this video be the final say on anything, because I say it's my truth, but other people are allowed to, have actions or whatever. I'll be taking some time after I post this to come back and be better. Everyone's saying that they think this video is really honest. One of the most mature apologies. Interesting.
Don't let me tell you what to see. Allow others to.
Is this one of the first times a YouTuber's done an apology and not gotten dragged for it? Bravo.
Really realize who these people are.
But it's because he's throwing Manny under the bus. People love that.
I try to keep it 100.
I love it.
And I allowed myself to not. I made myself seem like I was best friends and all this, and I did hate this person as well. No, I'm sorry for that. To myself and to y'all, because it's a lot, dude. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot to just process in. I hope that this video put some clarity as to me and my truth and my experience. I know I vented a lot, and I'm sorry for that. It's just built up. And don't forgive me because I'm asking you, but just look at me moving forward. And maybe you need a break from me, and that's fine. But if in a month, in 2, in 6, in a year, you come back and check on me, I hope that my actions have proven that I've grown from this and I've learned from this. And that's all I can ask for. If you no longer want to be a fan of me or be part of my social family, I completely understand that, because I let myself down. So I know I let a lot of people down, because I saw those comments of, I always thought you weren't going to be petty or dramatic or problematic. That's one of the reasons why I was being so nervous and scared about this video. It's not because I was scared of anyone. It was because I was scared of looking as problematic when I didn't want to be like that. But all these things are going on online, and it all started from that one tweet. And I want to now clarify a little more from my side, because there's a lot of assumptions out there as to, oh, he probably did this, or they were all in cahoots with that tweet, or this and that. No, I want to clear a lot of things up, and I want to apologize to y'all, because I was petty and I was negative and I allowed myself to be there. And I'm sorry for that. It's a lot. I'm still going to take more time to just allow this to fully process in, because I feel like I can't just click a switch in my head and be done with things.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll leave it there. It's basically just him ending off the video. And again, the comments on this, the likes, the everything, this was really one of the best responded to apologies. And I think the reason for that is he got the apologies out really quick, which is very important. I don't want to waste any time. Most people aren't going to watch this entire video. We did. Hey. But you need to get it out there so people know what they're clicking on. They're going to hear it. And also, I think he gave a lot of context. I think he described it very well. And I think the picture that he painted of Manny was something that people thought for a long time. And I think that's why. I'm surprised by this video. I liked it, enjoyed it a lot more than what I thought I was going to. And I'm also surprised by the overwhelming reaction he got here. It's very interesting he doesn't make YouTube videos anymore. Anyways, we have finished Dramageddon 1. We have now completed both Dramageddons. So if you ever need to revisit anything, you know where to find them. I appreciate you being here. This has been so much fun. I will see you in my next one, and goodbye.